FM Floresville, San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs will try and duplicate their big win in Game 1 in Dallas
when they travel to New Orleans tonight to battle the Pelicans. Tip-off from New Orleans is set for 7 o'clock. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said today on 105.3 The Fan, quarterback Trayvon Diggs is unlikely to play this Sunday against the Broncos in Denver. He is still suffering from a concussion. Cowboys take on the Broncos Sunday. You can catch it right here beginning at 2:30.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is a Football Friday.
So happy you guys are with us on a Friday. We're at Just Stadium tonight, getting ready for Taft and Harlan. A game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star begin at 6:30 tonight with a pregame show.
7 o'clock kickoff.
A little bit of a different time frame.
We'll have your call. I'm Joe Reinagle.
Yeah. Quarterback high school game with the week beginner tonight by Hill Electric. Harlan against Taft. And you mentioned we adjusted the start time by 30 minutes yesterday. Kickoff was at 7:30, now at 7. Northside ISD for their games this week here at Gus, as well as Ferris adjusted kickoff times because of that weather that is supposed to move in. Now, we've been fortunate. This is what, week 9?
Yeah.
We haven't had, it hadn't even been cold yet. It hadn't even been chilly yet. I mean, the weather's been great. I can screw with that. You see last night, a bunch of games in the Dallas area that were scheduled for tonight actually got moved to last night so they could get those games in this week. Now, my phone says a flood watch.
I just got that too.
Conditions are expected by 7.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Although my hour by hour says rain doesn't really kick in until 2 a.m., which is good. Now, I'm emceeing a big race tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., and it's going to be wet. But that's all right. But hopefully we get through. But, partly cloudy conditions, wind gusts up to 17 miles an hour tonight. It could be a fun Friday night.
Pretty cool, though. It says the high only 82 tomorrow.
82
degrees. How about that? Not bad at all. Minix, it sucks. I hope it doesn't. It can rain all at once.
Oh, it can rain all at once. Do not say the L word. Don't
say it.
That into existence,
because that's like a 30-minute delay for like one thing.
Yeah,
and then,
I mean, one little air fart like that, and all of a sudden we're waiting 30 minutes.
Oh,
and
my
if
goodness.
There's another one, the timer starts over. We don't even discuss said thing.
Well, we're not mentioning the L word.
No. No. Rain all it wants.
Holy cow.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be just fine.
Well, and, but how much do you trust these phones? I went over to the meat store earlier today, and it started raining while I was driving over there to get my steaks for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I thought it was going to rain tonight. I was even thinking, just to make sure it rained, to go wash my car today.
Well, it's your fault then.
Well, I didn't wash my car.
Oh, okay.
I thought about it.
Well, there you go. You shouldn't have thought about it.
I thought about it.
See, I was going to do that too, and I said, well, it's going to rain. I'm not going to wash my car.
Well, it's kind of like, this game looks too easy. It is a 3.5. I mean, this is going to be easy. And then all of a sudden, that's not what it is. Sometimes you just have to go with it and go against the odds.
Sometimes you do.
Yes.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. You went over and got steaks for tomorrow. When the hell are you going to make steaks tomorrow?
When am I going to make steaks tomorrow?
So you got a marathon you're doing, and then you're going to see what's his name? That Beatle who's about 150.
Now, Paul McCartney is 83.
Okay.
And he's got more stamina than you do, my friend.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
He does, and he's got better doctors too, right? I was talking
a hell of a lot more money.
Well, that's it. No, I've got a race tomorrow morning. The Kia Boss 5K that they're doing over in King William tomorrow. That I got to be there at 6:30 in the morning, but I think the race starts at 7:30. I'll be done by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Go to breakfast. I've got friends that are flying in from Tennessee tonight to go see Paul McCartney tomorrow.
You got to pick them up?
Joanna will pick them up. My wife will pick them up tonight.
They might be late. Could be delayed.
Well, they could be. They live in Memphis. Right? And again, we talk about like Project A or Prop A and B and Project Marvel.
Right.
And we think we're not isolated to this. Memphis is worried about keeping the Grizzlies. And, a lot of the same issues that they complain about in Memphis, we complain about here. So their son goes to the University of Tennessee. And Jake is coming on this trip as well because he wants to see Paul McCartney.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I'm like, well, when is Jake going to get to Memphis? And because I was talking to him last night about what their weekend plans are. It's like, no, we're meeting in Nashville. It's a 2.5-hour drive for both because of direct flights. They can't get a direct flight from Memphis, but they can from Nashville. They'll land about 7:30 tonight. And then, the reason I'm doing steaks tomorrow, he was like, what do you guys want to do while you're here? I mean, they haven't lived in San Antonio since the mid 90s. And he was like, to be honest, since we got a race in the morning and I want to make sure that I'm not, overly tired and you don't get me day drunk before Paul McCartney. Dude, I see all the food that you're grilling on your Instagram. Grill something. And I was like, well, what do you want? And then I'm thinking, well, what can I make within the time frame that I have? Dude, and you're in Memphis, right? I go visit you, not because I like you, Ruben, but because of the restaurants that I get to go to.
Well,
but
I would say steaks too, and I would make sure I don't want any cheap steaks either, Minix. The most expensive.
Well, I mean,
you got to take care of your friends.
I got them some of those. It's the Cowboy cut ribeyes.
Ooh,
3.5 pound steak I picked up.
Wow.
Today. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I've got the time to do that. I don't have time to do ribs. I guess I could do a brisket tonight, but I have a feeling. And again, he's from Memphis, so we're going to do steaks tomorrow afternoon, kind of dinner before. Plus, I was telling him downtown's going to be a bleep show, so and I was praying he wouldn't say let's go eat on the Riverwalk, and he didn't. So it'll be steaks at the house before Paul McCartney.
Well, I hope you get drunk. You'll enjoy the show better.
Well,
we got a bunch of butterflies flying around the Alamo Dome. Yeah, you might enjoy it.
I know you hate Paul McCartney, almost like you do Sean Payton.
Dude, it's just I was so disappointed. But this was years ago, so I'm sure he's changed his show up a little bit. Years ago, I'm in Vegas. I get an offer to go see Paul McCartney. We're all excited about it. Get in there, and I'm like, is this Paul McCartney or is this a burlesque show?
Well, so again, you probably saw Wings.
No, it was Paul McCartney.
Well, and you were in Vegas.
I saw a lot of Wings, yeah.
Pull up a set list from some of the shows that he's been doing. He's playing long shows and hit after hit after hit. I have a feeling what you saw in Vegas is going to be very different than what everybody going to the Alamo Dome tomorrow is going to see.
Well, I hope for your sake it is. And I'm just telling everybody out there, I guarantee you when we get in here on Monday at 2:00, that's going to be the greatest show there ever was.
No, that's
because even if it sucks, it's going to be the greatest show you've ever seen.
I doubt that you're going to hear that from me. Because this is more of a show for my wife. This is more of a show for my buddy. I always love to see legends, but I don't know how far out of the way I would go for this. Although a good friend of mine went and saw it in Las Vegas and said it was incredible. And
Machota went and saw it in Tulsa, said it was good.
But at the same time, I'm more of a heavy metal guy.
Yeah.
Greatest show ever. I ain't going to see Metallica tomorrow. I'm not going to see the Foo Fighters or Blink-182 or Green Day. I have a feeling that I will probably have more fun Sunday at All Time Low than Saturday night at Paul McCartney. Although you're seeing a Beatle, you're seeing a living legend, and I certainly respect that. But it's also an old people show, and if people tell me to sit down, we might have some problems. That was like when we saw Lyle Lovett at Majestic. and music starts, we stand up because that's what you do. I can't sit at a concert and stay seated the entire time, especially when the music says stand up.
Well, it's at the Alamo Dome, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people there.
Well, I mean, yeah, probably 60,000.
Well, yeah, so you're going to have to stand up. Just turn around and give them the one-finger salute if they tell you to sit down.
Well,
what are you going to do?
I mean, it's half of a peace sign.
Well, exactly.
And that's what Jerry Jones should have said the other day in New York. I wasn't flipping you off. It was half of a peace. I don't wish you full peace, just half peace.
Just part-time peace.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm sure it's going to be a good show. Don't let me dissuade you and get this in your mind. You're going to be just fine.
You've got no ability to do that, especially when it comes to concerts or music.
I was just really disappointed, and I guess at some point in time, if he lives long enough, I can go see him again at some point.
This might be your last chance.
Well, it might be.
And you're going to miss it.
Unfortunately, I'm not in town, so.
I mean, it goes from there.
And I had no desire to buy tickets to this thing, so there's that.
Call John at Awesome Tickets. He can get you taken care of.
Well, I'm sure he can. It's not a problem, but I'm not going to be here. And
well, you could change your plans. I mean, how many times do you got to go look at a wedding venue?
I'm not looking at nothing. It's supposed to play golf tomorrow, but it's going to rain. It's worse in Houston than it is here, which sucks.
So no golf while the ladies are looking at a wedding venue, which means you're going to have to go along. But we'll get lunch along the way.
So that day drinking,
I can hear that conversation now.
That day drinking thing is going to be in force. I have a feeling. Yeah.
So. While looking at wedding venue.
Well, not
or wedding planning, because what are we, a little more than a month away from the wedding? Or we're less than a month.
We're less than
a month away from the football season wedding.
November 15th.
Yeah.
Texas and Georgia. That's the first thing I saw when it was there. Yeah. Texas taking on Georgia on November the 15th. So,
what time
there's
is the
that.
wedding?
5:30.
And kickoff is when?
I have no idea. I'm hoping it's a 2:30 kick. That'll be good.
You better hope for a 7:30 kick.
No, I'm good with a 2:30 kick. I'd be okay with that.
You got pre-wedding stuff.
I got nothing to do.
You say that,
dude.
now.
I got nothing to do.
Yeah, you've got nothing right now. You've got to be available for all the honeydews.
No,
because if a centerpiece isn't right, you're going to be required to fix it, even though the only people that knows it isn't right are you.
So, dude, I've been told this. Okay, so up there Friday for the rehearsal and all that, staying in everybody's staying at a hotel, and so Maggie tells me today, she goes, I'm probably gonna stay with in Courtney's room on Friday night.
What?
And so that means that because the groom can't see the bride before the wedding.
Oh,
so he'll probably have to stay.
CB the night before the wedding.
He'll probably have to stay in our room with you, and I'm like,
whoa.
Oh,
you gonna cuddle?
Well, it depends on how drunk I get, Minix,
Are you kidding? He can't get his own room?
Well, I don't know. He's got a room, but it's like it's where the wife is going to be, the wife to be.
Yeah.
So he's got to stay somewhere else. I'm thinking he's got.
So you're going to have this fancy, expensive hotel room and can't get a road one because she's going to stay down the hall.
Well, yeah, not on Friday night. I'm going to have to wait till Saturday.
That sucks.
Well, it's okay.
And then you got to share your room with the future son-in-law.
I was told it's a suite, so it's that's what I was told.
So who gets the couch?
Well, he does. The hell?
The night before his wedding?
I'm paying for it. What the hell? I ain't sleeping in no bed.
Well, spring for another room.
Hell no.
Come on.
No, it's it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. So we'll see what happens.
Dude.
But all these plans are starting to take shape and all. So this weekend,
and you really have no say in any of it.
No, I have none.
Yes, dear.
Zero. That's it. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever you want.
Even when it's like, what?
So we're staying with the future in-laws this week, right? So going to their house and nice people.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those weekends. Yeah.
The countdown is on.
That's the way that it goes. I will be really happy on November 16th. It's going to be a great day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're almost there, man.
Almost.
That's why I went
close.
I know people, long engagements are like one of the dumbest things. I've got a friend, his son is getting married. You've met him before, Austin, and Austin Donnelly. He goes to, or just graduated from UTSA. He and his girlfriend have been together a while, and they're going to get married in like 27. And I'm like, what? like not next March, but the following.
Oh,
and I'm like, are you kidding?
Well, not in 27.
Yes.
Holy
and
cow!
I'm like, you've already got the. I mean, you realize all you talk about until the wedding is the wedding. Why would you do that to yourself?
There could be a lot of turmoil between now and then.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's securing the right venue.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Good Lord.
It's crazy, but we'll muddle through. We'll get through it. And happy wife, happy life. Mm-hmm. That's the way that it goes.
Yeah, not a lot of happy people in the NBA. Our good friend, defense attorney Nico LaHood is going to join us coming up at 2:35 to talk about the legal ramifications that Rozier could be facing, Billups could be facing, and then anybody else that might be in those documents whose names haven't been released yet. Although Pablo Torre today said, Kevin Garnett's name is mentioned.
Yeah, he's a poker player too. So
and now you wonder who else.
Boy, that's yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the shoe won't drop. But looking forward to talking to Nico about that and what he has to say about it and what their defense may or may not be. In the meantime, we will talk a little NBA. The Spurs have game number 2 tonight in New Orleans against those Pelicans. How are they going to do? We'll preview that game coming up for you as we're live from Gus Stadium. Harlan and Taft get going tonight right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix has your call beginning at 6:30. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim B. You like that? How about them Cowboys? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's, with 8 convenient locations, orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, Rob will be back in the saddle. We'll have a Cowboys game to discuss. We'll have the Aggie LSU game to discuss. Texas, Mississippi State, the World Series, and the Spurs playing again. So much to do, so little time. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio.
A football Friday. Love football Fridays because we're at a high school football stadium. This week we're at Gus Stadium. Harlan and Taft are the featured performers tonight. And Jason Minix will have that call for you right here on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star will get you started at 6:30 with the pregame show. In the meantime, the San Antonio Spurs will tip off at 7 o'clock tonight, Jason, in New Orleans, taking on the Pelicans, hoping for a repeat performance from that wonderful performance in Dallas on Wednesday night.
Well, and again, as excited as everybody was, as I was, after what we saw Wednesday, you got to follow that up.
You got to.
Do I expect Wemby to have another 40-point night? Probably not. Although it'd be nice. And, the Pelicans tonight are going to be without Kevin Looney. They're going to be they've got a couple other dudes questionable, although they did, according to Shams Charania a couple hours ago, sign free agent center DeAndre Jordan, a 1-year, $3.6 million deal. Now, he's a big guy. That's what they're lacking. I don't know if he's going to be available and ready to play tonight, but he might. Dude, welcome to the team. Go guard Victor. Good luck.
Dude, I don't know. DeAndre Jordan, he's got to be about 60, isn't he?
It'll be his 18th season in the league.
That guy's been around a while.
Yeah.
Good for them. I do know that the other big fella is ready to go. The Pelicans, I don't know. The Spurs are actually 3.5-point favorites tonight.
Yep.
Last I checked. So we'll see. It'd be nice for them to come home and open up the season here on Sunday with a record of 2-0, because with the schedule they've got, Minix, getting off to a good start is not out of the question. They've got some teams that they should be able to handle here coming up. So tonight's a big game, last one on the road before they head home for 3, actually. They go back-to-back Sunday, Monday, and then they play again at home on Thursday. So they'll get a little practice time in between those back-to-backs.
Well, and it's still like – Wednesday night was so refreshing, exciting, because we all expect this Spurs team to be better.
Yeah.
And they were just dominant against a Dallas Mavericks team that people thought are going to be good. Granted, it's one game. It's 1 of 82. We know Cooper Flagg will get better.
Absolutely.
Just like we said when Wemby struggled in his first game. It takes a little bit of time.
Yep.
But it was so encouraging, especially knowing that the Spurs' best 5 aren't there yet because no De'Aaron Fox. And we're going to have that tonight. No De'Aaron Fox again tonight. No Jeremy Sohan again tonight. Kelly Olynyk is still out.
Yeah, he's still out.
And so the same injuries from Wednesday are exactly the same for tonight.
Same team.
We're not in the load management portion of the schedule yet where somebody's getting a DNP for rest or for being old. But you put your mind in Mitch Johnson or the coaching staff. As great as everything was, there are still some things to clean up. Steph Castle had 5 turnovers the other night.
He did.
There's some. So how much better can this team be? That's what's going to be extremely interesting and what's going to be fun to watch for tonight. And even if you don't see the game, because I don't know, you got high school football or it's a Friday, you've got life. But stuff to look for in the box score and the highlights is, man, Wednesday was so awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't want the best game I see to be game one. How does this team get better each and every game?
Well, with what you just said, I mean, you limit the turnovers. You just try to clean up some of the mess. We were all talking about Wemby's turnovers in preseason. He had a bunch, and then 0 in game 1 against Dallas. I wouldn't expect that to be the case every game either. That's a high goal to set and a high goal to keep. So there's going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows. There always is, and it's going to happen. Just hopefully the Spurs can go up to New Orleans, take care of business, because I'm serious. You get this game tonight in New Orleans, I could envision a 6-0, 7-0 start for this club.
And again, that's not crazy, although I mean more so in basketball. I know I say this a lot with the Cowboys. They're always going to win a game they have no business winning. They're going to lose a game they have no business losing. That's even more so in the NBA, and sometimes it's just matchups or bad games. But I saw Michael C. Wright tweet earlier today that De'Aaron Fox looks like he's close to a return, and there's video of him getting some work in New Orleans. And man, I don't know if I'm just so whipped by the Spurs, the way they do things, but after what I saw Wednesday is I can't wait to see De'Aaron Fox back. I don't want him rushed back. And if now granted, after next week, we are into November. November feels so far away.
Dude, that's crazy.
Right? I mean, but the original timetable was probably going to miss October. All right, cool. So next week, I hope that we don't see a De'Aaron Fox. Don't rush him back, especially when you're talking about a hamstring, because it is a long season. But after what I saw Wednesday, I'm not desperate to get him back. Like, man, dude, you sure you need a couple more days? Or are you ready to go now? I don't feel that way now.
Look, he's ready to go. I want him in there as soon as possible. As soon as he's healthy enough to play, I'm with you. Don't rush him back. But if he's ready to go Sunday, Monday, get him back in there. I want to see this team at full strength and get this thing going. Tonight's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens there. But boy, can you imagine? And the hopes and dreams of Spurs fans if this team gets off to a 5-0, 6-0 start. It's going to be worse than Cowboy fans. Beating the Washington Commanders and then going Super Bowl.
Dude.
I can't go a show without picking on Cowboy fans. Come on, man.
I know you want a shirt that says we just don't know. But can we also get you a shirt that says wet blanket or hater? I embrace the boring.
I mean, dismantle them in the half court.
Yeah,
I want that one.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Dismantle him mid-sentence because you can't go 3 sentences without trying to bag on the Cowboys.
I couldn't help it. It's just in my DNA.
Low-hanging fruit.
I can't help it. It's in my DNA. What can I say? What are you going to do, right? Hey, we are live, and see on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, people talking about that tractor that's out there just hauling butt. And he's I guess he's sweeping the little rubber pellets that are out there. And I'm trying to see. We still have the shades down. That tractor is moving.
I mean, look
at that dude.
I mean, all right, so head to the YouTube page. You guys can watch the guy do his job.
Yeah, I mean, he's cruising along.
He's just smoothing out the field. I mean, that's part of it.
We got to make sure there's not a pile of those pellets. Make sure that they're all spread out, right? Because the last thing you would do is step in a pile when you're out there on the football field. I want that job, though. I bet that's a fun job.
He also gets the good lines on the field. I mean, that's what's
that what it is?
Cool what he's doing. Well, look, I mean, see where he just turned around in the end zone? He left
I guess so.
You know, it's like when you're vacuuming the carpet. You know, I hope he goes and cleans that up because right now it looks bad. But also, you know, and you can see if you're watching on YouTube, you can see as he's going down the sideline, you know, on the white of the sideline, you can see the black rubber pellets getting picked up and dropped down, and then you're getting down to the 20 and you run out of that. So you can't see that anymore once it gets there. But it's not an even spread because he just went down the sideline, but he hasn't done the little hash marks right before the sideline.
Well, and now what is he doing? I mean, he's just kind of wasting time there. Who gives a damn who cares what the pellets look like on the sideline?
You got to have an even distribution of pellets. I mean,
not on the sideline.
No, you got to pick those up. See, what happens is you're out there, you're playing ball, you're at the 38-yard line, and then you force a punt, you come off the field, and all those pellets that are stuck in your shoe, you get to the sideline, and you empty out your shoes. So there's way too many pellets in the bench area.
See, if I'm that dude, man, I'd have a cigar in my mouth, and I'm just cruising along, a nice hat.
It's a tobacco-free environment at the school, sir.
He's got a cooler in the back there that's probably filled with
he does
Flight
not.
by Yingling. I mean, man, that could be a hell of a job.
I mean, for a day. I mean, he's a great school employee here doing what he's supposed to be doing. Quit making fun of the guy. But,
I'm not making fun of him. I'm admiring. I'd like to have that job.
You know, honey, how was your day? Well, yeah, I rode the tractor. I wonder what else his job responsibilities are.
Well, he's got to have something else to do.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a full-time job, you know, vacuuming a field.
Well, he's not vacuuming the field.
In some ways, he is.
But if I'm him, I'm doing that, and I'm staying out there as long as possible.
Well, I mean, you would today because it's not 89 degrees outside.
Well, there's that.
There's some days I bet you this job sucks. He watches it goes over the end zone. You could see the pellets rising.
I'll try to help y'all out. I'll move the camera a little bit.
Come on, Joe. I mean, does Marcus need to come on and teach you how to work a camera?
I don't know how to work a camera.
I mean,
come on.
You know, we're talking about the end zone, and you got to show the end zone. But there you could actually see as he's going over the north side where there's white, you can see the amount of black pellets that are being evenly distributed.
If I'm that dude, I'm going over that field about 10 times. Well, I was just making sure everything was right, boss. I couldn't make it back in here.
You got to be thorough, although I question the thoroughness of what he's doing because they already have the pylons up in the end zone, so he's gone around them. So that area of the field is not getting any kind of attention right now.
Well, and you see the guy.
And then the little trailer piece knocked over the front pylon on the end zone to our left.
Now, dude, is that somebody else's job to come put the pylon back? Is this guy said, "Hey, I only sweep the field. I don't mess with the pylons. That's the other guy's job."
Well, I mean, I imagine whoever has to put the pylon up has to get out of the tractor.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
This guy's not doing that.
This guy didn't want to get out of that tractor. Somebody else might get into it.
It's like during our golf tournaments, man. You're just making sure you have the key to the cart.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Fun and games on a Friday at Gus Stadium. Really have a lot of respect for that dude. Oh, is he going to get out?
See how he avoids the pylon?
I thought he was going to get out and put it back up.
See, there's a whole part of the field there that's not got an even distribution of those little pellet things.
My respect level for this guy just went up. The hell with that pylon. It's not my job.
Yeah,
I'm going to get it done. Well, the fun and games have to end sometime here at Gus Stadium because we're going to talk a little something serious. That's for sure. Of course, the NBA gambling scandal that's taking place, and where's that going to go, and how's it going to end? We're going to talk to a guy that is very familiar with the law. Lawyer Nico LaHood, a good friend of this show, is going to join us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, if you are needing your logo on any kind of shirt, any kind of gear, you know you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you're an owner, a manager, a club leader. You got some guy that's working a tractor. You need your company logo on that T-shirt. Go see Sam. He'll get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam has everything you need. If you need caps made, like that dude needs a cap, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, and he's got all the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style, Trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America in stock waiting for your logo. Sam also has a full line now of Tommy Bahama gear. You need your logo on a nice Tommy Bahama golf shirt, quarter zip jacket. Go see Sam. Incredible pricing on the Tommy Bahama, and that price does include your logo. He's got all the big name brands as well. North Face, Eddie Bauer, Travis Matthew, Nike, Under Armour, Port Authority, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. All items come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
The Halloween parties at the Rue Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 31st. Kick off the party weekend at the 12th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Rue Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 31st, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Rue and wear a costume.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Bourbon and Brews is back, baby, and we're honoring the pursuit of brews and barrel-aged bourbon every single Friday. You need to head to Twin Peaks from 5 to 7 to experience a lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways. That's only at Twin Peaks. Cheers!
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30. The Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yep.
Nothing like a little Kenny Rogers talking about gambling and when to hold them and fold them and when to not get caught.
Yeah.
How about that? This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio.
The getting caught part that's always the downer.
That's the problem, isn't it? A lot of scandal in the NBA right now, and boy, a lot of guys in trouble.
Absolutely. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, trying to make sense of what is going on with this NBA FBI investigation. Let's talk about it with former DA, incredible defense attorney Nico LaHood, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Nico, I want to start with how we first heard about this story. You know, two very different reasons for getting arrested. Rozier player point shaving, Chauncey Billups illegal poker games, but the FBI wakes both those guys up at 6 a.m. to arrest them, which I find so disrespectful. That's too early in the morning to get woken up like that. But when the FBI is doing a coordinated blitz, so to say, like that, they must have their ducks in a row, or at least as a defense attorney. Is that what you're thinking when you get a call?
Well, anything the feds do, they don't just do it overnight. So it's not an impromptu act. Their lawyers were involved this whole time. They probably got target letters or letters mentioning they were subjects. There's a difference between being a subject and a target. But my understanding is their lawyers were communicated. One of the lawyers expressed some disappointment because he said, why didn't you just call us? We could have turned ourselves in and self-surrendered. But of course, law enforcement doesn't want to miss the opportunity for a nice perp walk or a good press release. So, 6 o'clock, I'm sure for you, 6 is too early, but maybe 7 o'clock would be more accommodable for you, right?
About 8:45. I mean, do they at least say, "Hey, dude, you're going to jail. Go brush your teeth"? I mean,
yeah,
No,
I mean,
they'll provide the toothbrush. They don't let you do anything. So, look, but this is a nonviolent crime. I mean, they could have done it a different ways, but this is par for the course, unfortunately. And I get it. There's a political aspect to this. There's press release, and the FBI is much more vocal these days with Kash Patel at the lead. So this doesn't surprise us that they do this for a living.
You know, Nico, I'm curious because you're talking about the letters and all of that kind of stuff. Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, was on a radio show or TV show a couple of days before this happened, and he acted like he had no clue. In fact, they were talking about the gambling and how they were trying to do that. Is that typical of the FBI, that they just it's a big surprise and they don't want anybody to know?
Well, it depends. If they're trying to ruffle people's feathers and get people talking, look, this is a lot bigger than what we're seeing. I'm sure this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, my understanding, I read one article that the 5 New York mafia families are involved. I mean, you got the Bonanos, the Colombo, the KZ, the Genovese, and the Gambinos involved. I thought they were retired, but they're obviously very active and doing work. So that's huge in and of itself. So you have the mafia, you have the mafia aspect of it, and then you have the NBA aspect of it. Individually, those would be attention getters, but collectively, it's supercharged. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of the lawyers let the NBA commissioner knew this was going on, and he was trying to get ahead of this.
When I look at it, and you bring up the mafia ties, this feels like, I don't know, a cross between The Sopranos and Ocean 11, and it just all the different aspects of it. And there's two different sides to this story. You know, what Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, got arrested for is these, high stakes poker games, or he's the celebrity, but all the cheating involved, which led to fraud and scamming. That's so very different than the point shaving. I'm curious, did an investigation start down one path and they realized, you know what, this is going on over here, and they've just basically made it all one big case?
Absolutely. So they probably had what they call a confidential human source. We call it CIs. I mean, no doubt about it. You mentioned The Sopranos. Remember in one of the Soprano episodes where Lawrence Taylor was playing a poker game with them, and they had these big doctors. That's how they do. So the celebrity is the draw. Now they're going to have to tie, and I'm assuming they have evidence. Well, I don't assume that, but they're going to claim they have evidence that Chauncey Billups knew that there was scheming going on, because they were indicted and charged with wire fraud and money laundering are kind of general, very sweeping charges, especially the wire fraud. It just ultimately breaks down to dishonest contact, kind of a material representation. But that material representation has to induce action involving money from somebody else. So the Ponzi schemes, that's all wire fraud type deal. Deceit, communication from one person to another that's dishonest, that causes them to do something with money. So that's a broad one. Then money laundering, people think it's cleaning money, and it can, but it's also concealing the true nature of the funds It could happen from moving money around, unlawful activity. If you get illegal money and then you buy something with that illegal money and it's over $10,000, that can be money laundering. So the FBI has been working on this case for a while. They didn't just start on this last week.
Nico, let me ask you a question. I'm kind of going old school gangster here. And I was having this conversation this morning. Does the FBI, when it comes to mafia families like this, are they under surveillance pretty much 24/7?
Well, they used to be, but then the RICO statute really just gutted the mafia back in the old days. You think of the mafia, they were at their height up until the 80s. And then the RICO statute, the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organization statute came, super broad, very sweeping. It's conspiracy on steroids, and that really gutted a lot of the mafia families. So they don't have the influence that they used to have. Like the old mafia godfathers like Carlo Gambino and Tony Accardo from Chicago, those are the old school guys. Those days are gone. I mean, everybody gets in trouble. A lot of times these mafia families are setting up these panels that run the families because they don't want any one person being the target, because the mafia boss can be charged with the crimes under RICO of the underlings and the soldiers and the capos and all the regimes. So it really has gutted them. I was actually kind of surprised that all 5 families were involved in something as big as this, but I mean, they're obviously very active. People don't take them as serious as they probably should.
Nico LaHood, legendary defense attorney, joining us here on the Blitz, former Bexar County DA. Nico, on the Chauncey Billups part, because, he's playing in a private poker game. Now, obviously, with everything that allegedly was taking place with the cheating, that's one thing. But at the same time, while it might be illegal to, like if you, me, and Joe get together with some buddies at one of our houses, I mean, I don't know if that's legal or not, but why is the FBI? That's not illegal. All right, good. But why is the FBI initially looking into these poker games?
Well, because number one, you have a high profile person. Number two, there's a lot of money involved in this. If this operation has been going on for a long time, and there's this dishonest look, the allegations are that these guys were using different glasses and tables that could tell, and marked cards. I mean, we're talking about, you think about these games, they can get into the millions, hundreds of thousands for sure. That's a big operation. And so, and the way that the time that these guys are facing are going to be based off of federal sentencing guidelines. It's very different than state court. And they're going to look at the amount of loss or the intended loss. So in federal court, you can look at what they intended to try to get someone out of or hurt them from, or screw them out of. So many say that's a legal term, by the way, screw them out of. And then they can look at that, and they can use that in their sentencing memos.
Nico, let me ask you this. As this comes out, and there was an ex-player that came out today on a radio show saying that Chauncey Billups has been involved in illegal poker games for many, many years, even before the FBI started looking into that. Do you anticipate with a high-profile case like this that there's going to be people coming out of the woodwork and telling a story, whether that's true or not?
Yes, you always run that risk, and there could be good information and bad information. But what really is going to make this case blow up is if the FBI, and they're going to put pressure on people, they're going to send out subject letters and target letters saying, hey, you're the subject of this investigation. You're not the target, but you're mentioned, versus, hey, you're the target. You're the one we're looking at. And you'll get people talking. And fear is a good motivator. And especially if they don't have good representation, and then they're going to go in there and probably talk. And then that's how this domino effect happens, and they uncover a lot of these big schemes.
When you think about where we are and through your history and some of the high profile cases you have been involved in as an attorney, Nico, I'm Chauncey Billups is the first one. And you just said there's going to be pressure on Chauncey Billups to flip. Is Chauncey Billups the prize for the FBI, or is he the first domino to get to the prize? What's the end goal here for the FBI?
Yeah, I'm not in the meeting, so I don't know. It depends how far up this goes. I mean, there's been a referee scandal before. I mean, and then now they're making with the Rozier accused, the player, that he's throwing games and trying to influence the outcome based off big bets. So there's a lot. This can go a lot of different places. Even in areas where gambling is legal, there can't be deceit in trying to influence those outcomes, because then that's where you get into this dishonest conduct, the Ponzi scheme stuff and the wire fraud. So the feds are involved because there's some interstate type action. There's some communication online or any type of electronic communication these days. In the old days, we had mail fraud. They still have mail fraud, but it's not as common as wire fraud now. So I can't say whether Chauncey is the prize or if there's something more, someone more. And he may be one of the many prizes in a case like this. This seems like it's going to be widespread. And
Nico,
it may go into different sports too, Jace. I mean, it could go into different sports. We're going to get into football, baseball,
That's the big fear with it, with the money that's involved. Let me ask you this, Nico. Terry Rozier was actually investigated by the NBA, just an internal investigation, and he was cleared. And now with this coming out that obviously he wasn't cleared because he was, at least the FBI thinks he was doing what he's doing. Does that hurt the NBA?
Of course, I think it does. Well, what was he cleared from? I mean, if we're talking about many incidents here, then was he cleared from one aspect of this? Was he cleared and then he got cocky and said, hey, I made it, and then he did something different after? So I don't have enough information to make a final assessment on that. But what was he cleared from? How involved was their investigation internally? And is this one incident of many when we're talking about a conspiracy and a broad array of incidents? So I don't know. I would use that as a defense attorney, don't get me wrong, and hope that some of this investigation overlapped. I would hope that from a defense lawyer standpoint, but I can't say if it was the same set of circumstances.
And the other part is I would think that the FBI has a lot more resources and tools to investigate than, say, the NBA, although I know a lot of the NBA investigators are former FBI types. Nico,
Right.
a knucklehead question that I don't know if this is fair to ask you, but I mean, in your experiences, both as a DA and a defense attorney, Chauncey Billups doesn't need money. Why would he do this? Rozier's made over $100 million playing from NBA salary alone. That doesn't include endorsements and other types of ways for him to make money. Why would these guys risk it all for minimal gains compared to what their salaries are?
Well, my pop taught me many things growing up. One of them, he says, why does anybody do anything? You'll go crazy trying to figure it out. But with that aside, gambling is an addiction also. I mean, it's for the rush. It's for it may be for the scheming part of it. Who knows? I mean, we see a lot of rappers and other high profile people that make millions of money doing legitimate work and they can't get away from their old lifestyles. So I don't know his history. I don't know if gambling's always been an issue for him. So I wouldn't know, but gambling is a dependency. So it's a problem, and this could be a part of his issue.
Nico, that's you bring up an interesting point. As a defense attorney, and you're representing, say, I don't know, Chauncey Billups, could it be that the mafia had something on him and forced him to do this? I mean, would you look into something like that as a defense attorney for him?
Yes, it would not be a defense, but it'd be mitigation. Because, I mean, obviously, unless he's being blackmailed, maybe they have him in a compromising situation with women or whatever, or minors, and they're using that over his head. Or maybe they loaned him money a long time ago. I don't know his financial situation. Just because someone's made money over the years doesn't mean they have money from over the years. Does that make sense? And maybe he's been irresponsible. Yeah. Maybe he's been irresponsible with that. So I can't say. I would need more information, but all that's relevant and stuff that I would look into. Because remember, there's two aspects to this, guys. There's the guilt innocence aspect, and then there's mitigation for punishment. So in Texas, we have bifurcated system. There's guilt innocent and punishment. In the federal system, there's a whole sentencing aspect to it aside from the guilt innocence of a case. So I would look into all of it, and you have to as a responsible defense attorney.
When you think about high-profile figures like what we're talking about that, by all accounts have big bank accounts. And like you said, maybe they've been irresponsible and they don't have it, but they're able to go afford the best attorneys out there, whether it's Nico or I mean, let's face it, if I'm Chauncey Billups, I'm hiring the best. And I've got other people that maybe, you're helping him hire the best to keep his mouth closed when it comes to certain names. When this is all said and done, do you think that we'll see jail time for any of the players involved, or is this more of just a show and eventually it will all go away?
Federal cases, it's a very high possibility of prison time. There's very few situations when you have probation. So you have sentencing guidelines in the federal system. They're guidelines, but they're very strict, and probation is not very often reached. So you have your level of offense, and then you have your criminal history. And there's actually a chart you look at, depending on how high the level is. Based on a case like this, it would be the amount that they're being claimed to have deceived someone out of or fraudulently taken from other people. So there's that level. The higher the level, the lower down on the chart you are. And then if you have criminal history, anything from family violence, misdemeanor cases, anything gets you further down on your criminal history side of the chart. And it's prison time is likely. Yes.
Nico, I've got to ask you a question, just your opinion, I guess, more than anything, based on your experience, the timing of this. Second day, I mean, the NBA just opened the season. The timing of it, do you believe that was more political than anything?
Oh, I mean, look, the federal agencies, no matter who the president is very political. Of course they do. They do press releases strategically. They like perp walks, just like the state agencies do as well. So look, I can't say for sure, but it's interesting timing, to say the least. Now, why that would be, is that a big FU to the NBA? I don't know. People have their theories that Trump is pissed off at the NBA and certain players. I don't like to assume anything. Maybe their investigation came to a head at this time and the timing just works out. But the second day of opening is interesting. If you really wanted to make a splash, you do it the first day. If I'm going to make the argument against it, right? So who knows? I can't say for sure.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, it was so well orchestrated, and maybe it just takes time to put that in, and that's what it was. Because I guess to your point, Nico, Chauncey Billups was coaching the night before.
Yeah.
They could have walked into the arena and taken him out right after the opening tip if they really wanted to make a show, as opposed to I don't know, 6 o'clock in the morning. you know, so
yeah, but
I don't know.
I mean, you know, the deal about bringing a defense attorney in early on is you have communications with the assistant U.S. attorneys. And just say, look, guys, if you're going to actually go to indictment and go to a grand jury, or let us self-surrender, and that's a courtesy. They're not entitled to do that. It's a courtesy, but that's what you want, that line of communication open early.
Going to be interesting, and more to come. I'm sure we'll, as more develops out of this, Nico, we'll reach out and try to stay on the latest, because this is one of those stories that you could tell isn't going away anytime soon.
No, it's probably going to get bigger.
Yep.
Absolutely. Nico,
appreciate you, Nico.
Appreciate you, man. Jumping on a Friday for sure.
My pleasure, guys. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Nico LaHood on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online buyersbarricades.com.
That's just the kind of information that you don't think about. And he's got such experience in handling both the prosecution side of it and the defense side of it. And so he's a perfect guy to call, and just appreciate his expertise every time we call him.
Well, and again, being a DA and a high-profile defense attorney, working both federal and I mean, nobody has more knowledge in this that I'm aware of than Nico LaHood.
No doubt. He's the best in the business. I don't think there's any question about that. All right. Well, we got that side of it. Now let's go back to the fun side of basketball. What do you say? Everybody know Red Panda?
Yeah.
Dude, I used to love watching that woman perform at basketball games. And before all your dirty minds go crazy, she didn't do anything outrageous. It was all with plates. Red Panda is back. As we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors at GiveMeTheVin.com. Why did they sell us their cars? It's because you're worth more, and your car's worth more. I know that, and you know that. That's why I created GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the fastest and easiest way for you to sell your car for more money when it's time to sell. I'm sitting here waiting on the other end of GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesome, TIX.com.
Guys, fall is here, and so are the all-new styles from Untuck It. We make the world's best untucked shirts, and this season's new arrivals are some of our best yet. From soft-brushed flannels to easy, wrinkle-free cotton, every shirt is designed to keep you sharp and comfortable, whether you're layering up for work, weekends, or nights out. Special discounts for first-time customers, so shop now. Get the new arrivals today at untuckit.com and more than 80 stores. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn, untucked.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Guys, it's October, and that means it's time for Oktoberfest, which means in Texas, it's time for Carboktoberfest. That's right. It's an authentic Bavarian-style Marzen mashed with Vienna and Munich malts, cold fermented, and then aged for 6 weeks. This glass of malty deliciousness comes in at right around 5.5% ABV, features traditional hops imported straight from Germany to the Karbach Brewery there in Houston, Texas. Carboktoberfest pairs well with pretzels, bratwurst, but it tastes mighty fine on its own as well. Carboktoberfest, a Texas cheers to beers. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. You'll be able to find it all around town here in San Antonio, as well as their other fine offerings. We've got Love Street, that's their Kolsch-style blonde, Hopadillo, their flagship IPA, Crawford Bock, Ziegenbock. There's something for everyone in their lineup. Find it all over town, all the stores, but also at select bars and accounts as well. When you're out and about, you're doing your thing, it's always better with a Karbach.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys cornerback Trayvon Diggs has officially been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Broncos in Denver. He is still suffering from a concussion. Also, safety Donovan Wilson has been ruled out. He's got shoulder and elbow issues. Cowboys take on the Broncos Sunday. It's a game you can catch right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, beginning at 2:30 with the pregame show and Game 1 of the World Series tonight. Dodgers taking on the Blue Jays in Toronto.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Doing it on a football Friday. It's Friday, y'all. We made it. The weekend is in sight. Jason and I are out here at Gus Stadium on the north side, getting ready for Harlan and Taft. A little bit earlier tonight. Normally the game started at 7:30, but not tonight. They're going to start it at 7 o'clock, so that means we get you started at 6:30 with the pregame show right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
You know, it's always fun on a football Friday, and again, they moved the kickoff time up 30 minutes because of the storms that are expected to roll in, and I know that's what they're doing at Northside. I don't know about some of the other games, but certainly check to make sure. Last night in Dallas, they moved a lot of games that were scheduled for Friday night to last night because the storms are hitting up in the Dallas area much earlier tonight. So keep that in mind as heading out on this Friday night. The first Friday, the weather actually could be a factor.
Now, I'm just curious. What do you do? Say this game would have been moved to last night or to tomorrow night. You still do the game?
No, I'd have a Friday off.
Oh,
I only work football on Friday.
Okay,
if they would have moved it to last night, we probably could have scrambled. Although we had the already commitment for the Thursday night game.
Right.
And Saturday, well, I'm not working on a Saturday, but, Pledge is going to Houston this weekend, but we have all the other commitments that we have to carry from Aggie football tomorrow, too.
Right,
so,
that's right.
Scramble and find another game or, I
was just curious.
You got to buy.
Curious because
you got to buy.
It is a little cloudy out there, although doesn't look too bad at the moment.
Be fine. We'll be fine. That happened to us a couple of years ago where a game started and then picked up the next. What was that? Pledge, help me out. Did it pick up like at noon on Saturday?
Yeah. I believe that was right.
And we came back and did that because it worked leading into the Aggie game because there was enough time that we could actually do both. But, you're flexible. You got to stay flexible.
No, you got to do that. I try to stay flexible. Yeah. Sometimes it's harder to do than others. But yeah.
And all of a sudden, Reinagel's doing hot yoga with Lane Kiffin. But honestly, I hate to say it this way. I'm selfish, but I don't want to work on Saturday.
No, of course not. Although you got to get up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, earlier than that, actually.
Yeah.
To get out there. That's too bad. I had a weird dream last night, and all you dirty minds out there are going to think
about Red Panda.
No, about Livy Dunn. And unfortunately, it wasn't anything that I, woke up excited about.
I don't know if you should really tell this.
I'm just saying, no.
Your microphone is on.
We're
back.
Sorry. No, it's crazy, but I was on a bus and she was on the same bus, and that's as dirty as it got.
A little parking ride,
I suppose. I don't know what kind of bus it was. It's the weirdest damn thing. It's weird how dreams manifest themselves. I don't know what that means, but unfortunately, it wasn't anything more than that.
What was Livy Dunn doing on the bus?
It's just a good question, Jason. I don't remember. I'm just saying.
I sitting next to her. Was she driving the bus?
I was probably back there with my eyes popping out. I don't know, but it's just one of those weird things. You wake up and going, "Why? What the hell?"
I think as we analyze the dream, if you had your chance, it would not go well for you. It would be over before it got started, and nothing would happen, just like on the bus.
Well, maybe that's the whole meaning of that dream. Yeah. Stop thinking about it because,
let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
I can't wait to see some of the comments on our YouTube page with that one. Go leave your comments there for Joe on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, because he was also talking about Red Panda.
Red Panda.
Who is back.
Now, if you've been to a Spurs game, the chances are you've seen Red Panda at halftime. She rides a unicycle and throws plates on top of her head. Right? I don't know.
Hang on. Our buddy Andy, who owns CTA Travel, which is a great bus company, and if you ever need private car service, like if you're going to Paul McCartney tomorrow and you want to go in style, call Andy.
Yeah, sure.
CTA will take care of you. He just texted and said, "Wish it was my bus."
Yeah, me too, Andy.
And some other things that I can't tell you.
I don't know why dreams are like that. It's just crazy.
Were you on his bus?
I could have been on his bus.
Well, just lie to the man and say it was.
It was your bus, Andy. I know it because you were driving. I don't know.
Andy can't drive the bus. So the question is, why are you dreaming about Andy?
Well, that's a good. Well, I mean, have you seen Andy? Come on. Yeah, what's not to dream about? Are you kidding me?
Andy, Red Panda, and Livy Dunn.
That's a pretty
all
good night,
get on
isn't
a
it?
bus. Well, this story's going somewhere, isn't it?
There's a joke there. Yeah, well, we're on a bus. Obviously, we're going somewhere.
And Red Panda brought the bowls.
Well,
and a unicycle.
Look, that's a whole nother discussion. But the point is that Red Panda's back. Remember, she fell off of her unicycle and sprained her hand or her wrist or something. She's back now. Coming to an NBA arena near you. Aren't you excited? Dude, I used to love Red Panda. And she was like a star during the playoffs. I mean,
she's still a star.
Everybody would hire this woman because she's so damn good. She'd have like 20 bowls on top of her head.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And what else were you doing in this dream, sir?
Well, this wasn't a dream. This is reality.
Yeah.
Red Panda was not part of the dream.
Do you think that Red Panda could flip Livy Dunn on top of her head in one of those bowls?
God, I'd like to see that. That'd be, yeah. that would be interesting. Red Panda was not in my dream, by the way, nor was Andy. I'm just saying it was just.
Now, why do you got to bring Andy down?
I'm just saying.
He was getting all excited.
He was. It was just a weird dream, but I'm glad Red Panda's back, coming to an NBA arena near you. No dreams about Red Panda.
Are you going to find out her schedule and book a flight to go watch her perform?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would assume she'll probably be at the Frost Bank Center at some point in time.
You going to take a bus to get there?
I might. I'll call Andy. He can call Livy.
Yeah.
And we'll make it all come true.
You know, he can call Livy.
I'm sure he can.
Yeah.
So, are you bragging now? Is he bragging?
Yeah, I mean, dude, any famous person that comes to town that gets car service,
they call Andy.
Yeah, they call Andy.
But I'm sure that
although Andy never gets to see him.
That wouldn't be a bus. That'd be a nice SUV.
You would be surprised. Some of these people are the only ones on a big old bus.
Really?
Because nobody thinks that they're going to be on it.
Oh, wow.
Incognito, my friend.
How about that?
Not that I'm giving away Andy's
You just gave away Andy's secrets right there. Yeah.
Exactly. You never know who's on that bus.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Could be Joe Reinagle.
It very well could be, and might be. You never know. Go ahead, Minix. Follow up with the next story.
Headline. Sex warfare. Chinese and Russian women are sent to sleep with tech bros. So apparently, all these tech nerd types are getting hit on by these extremely attractive ladies from China and or Russia.
Not sure there are any attractive women from Russia, are there? I don't know.
Google image, man.
Is there?
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
That just doesn't sound.
I mean, look, I know you're of a certain age where you think that everything was like that.
I must break you.
Yeah, that's certainly not the case. But all these tech geeks in the Silicon Valley, all of a sudden, are showing up with these, way out of their league type ladies, and they're spies. They're just trying to get the info.
Well, I mean, and in a way, would that be a bad thing? I mean, I know they're trying to get the info, but I'd hold out. I mean, I'd be like, well, I can't.
Yeah, you wouldn't hold out.
I
mean, whatever you need, you're gonna do what? Yeah. Here's. I mean, I don't know.
I wrote a piece last night.
Especially these guys that probably all went to some fancy ass school and never got laid while they were in college.
Geeky
and now all of a
dudes,
sudden, this feels like
Chinese
something out of a
women,
movie, right? And here's the story.
Wow.
And even one of the guys, the experts that's supposed to protect him, was like, "Yeah, I'm getting a lot of weird LinkedIn requests." And
well, apparently that's a thing, and it is getting more and more prominent where they're, I guess, sending these women down. And
it's 2025. Why is this now a story? Wouldn't this have been more of a story when, I don't know, the tech boom was happening?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You got AI right now. Maybe that's, everybody's trying to be the first for AI and all of that stuff. Are they sending down real women, or are they robots?
I mean, if you're one of those tech geeks, does it matter?
What? No, probably not. They're probably already sleeping with robots. I mean, who knows? I don't know, but That's crazy. So if some Russian woman or Chinese lady comes up to you trying to be nice, Minix, you might want to think twice.
I'm not a tech bro.
Nor am I. Boy, you're barking up the wrong tree, lady.
Tech savvy. I've got a new. I'm trying to pair the remote. And I'm having trouble doing that.
Yeah.
If they can help with that, they can come on over.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything to worry about, Minix.
When it comes to tech savviness,
we got nothing to worry about. I promise you that.
Got 3 damn remotes to turn on the TV right now.
You think I'm an idiot?
I feel that way at times.
We have nothing to worry about when it comes to that.
Hold this down. It's going to blink 3 times, turn solid red, hit this button, and I don't know. Worked once. Now I can't get it. I don't know. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not a tech bro.
No, I'm not a tech bro either. So we're safe and from the Russian women and the Chinese ladies. So we're going to be okay. Hey, let's talk a little college football. You want to talk a little college football? Let's do that, because a big weekend of college football, including a huge game for the Texas A&M Aggies. We're doing all that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is a Friday. You have your weekend plans. I trust none of you plan on getting arrested, but some of you will. Happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. Ask Chauncey Billups. Got a knock on the door at 6 a.m. You never know. But when that happens, you get arrested. You want to get out of jail fast. And the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential, and open 24/7, offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I want to show off the prep that I did for this interview. So if you've got your pen ready, write this down.
Got it. I'm ready.
Bo Nix this season, 4.9 yards per drop back against zone coverage, 6.2 yards per drop back against man coverage. So just throwing that out
All
there.
right, well, I got to go change the game plan, guys. All that man-to-man you guys want to see. Let me go get Flus.
Now you tell him, hey, man, back to the drawing board, buddy. Your old stuff is going to work here.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
That's a great song for a football Friday. Who bites the dust tonight, Harland or Taft?
Thought it was your Libby Dunn dream theme song.
Dude, it was an honest dream. See, I try to share my life with you guys, and this is what I get.
Well, you know we got to bust your chops.
It's okay. It's fine.
I
wish that dream I could brag that it was something other than what it was, but I just tell the truth.
I mean, on our YouTube page, and you guys can go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Fred Villarreal so far with the comment of the day. Did Livy Dunn tell Joe, you just don't know?
She probably would have. Crazy
and
dreams.
See,
everybody has those crazy dreams.
So you guys know I ride high, and I get up high. I go to bed high.
Chris says he voted yesterday.
Good.
Prop A, Prop B. If you're going to the polls, take a photo of the sticker that you get after you vote. And make sure you include at Joe Reinagel 2-0, at Jason Minix when you tweet it. One, it lets us know, but also I think it does create a little FOMO. The more people that, are going to the polls and posting about it is a reminder to everybody else to get out and vote while early voting is underway.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm glad to see everybody's getting out and voting. I like that. I think it was Eagle Fan on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page said that he had heard there's like 40,000 votes have been cast early thus far. So I think this thing goes all the way until the Friday before the November 4th election, which would be
Halloween.
Yeah. I guess so. I think now,
next Friday.
Don't hold me to that, but I think that's how it is. If somebody knows that for sure, you can put it on our page there. But
although think about as you're going to vote, think about this. Tomorrow night, Paul McCartney is playing in the Alamo Dome.
Right.
And there's this huge festival that's also going on downtown. Imagine if there was a entertainment district. All the people that would be down there eating and drinking and doing stuff before and after. UTSA doesn't have a game this week, but think about on UTSA football Saturdays and everything else that goes on downtown. I for example, Right now, what's the message coming from downtown? It's going to be busy. Park and ride is going to be free because it's going to be busy.
I think that's cool.
Parking is going to suck. And in some ways, if you ain't got business down here, don't come down here. When you have an entertainment district, come on down.
Come on down.
There's room for everybody.
That's right. I tell you what, I think props to Via, the bus company, for doing that and making that free. That's really cool of them to do that.
And I use Park and Ride a lot for UTSA football. Even when they charge, it's $2, $2.20, $2.50, less than that. Well, I get the veteran one, so it's half off anyway. But I mean, it's under $5. You get a round trip.
Ticket.
Although I've yet to use the round trip part. Generally, I bust down and end up at some bar somewhere and then Uber home. And then go get my car the next day.
However it works, whatever works for you, that's the way to do it. But there's a lot going on downtown this week, no doubt. UTSA is off, but they play again next Thursday. So it's a Thursday night game, a big one against Tulane. So that'll be, and that's in the Dome, I believe. Tonight, you boys from North Texas play. Big favorite against Charlotte. They shouldn't have any trouble with Charlotte tonight. Actually, 3 college football games on tonight. North Texas, Charlotte, California, Virginia Tech, and Boise State, Nevada. Well, the only one I would care there would be North Texas. Tomorrow's going to be interesting, Jason. What do you make of UCLA, what you've seen the last couple of weeks?
They are a completely different team.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
And, Neuheisel's kid, who has done a phenomenal job, the way they've won games, how they've won games. And I know they're a part of the big noon kickoff, and it's more about Indiana coming in. But, the way Indiana's played this year, this isn't the gimme game that maybe they thought it was a couple of weeks ago. I still think Indiana rolls. At some point, UCLA is going to remember
I would think so.
that they're UCLA. Yeah. But when you have no pressure and let's just go have some fun, I think there is a different mindset. But with what UCLA has done, Indiana is going to show up prepared.
26.5 point favorite right now.
I wouldn't
Indiana
touch
is.
that.
I would not touch that either. Well, one of the big games tomorrow is Ole Miss at Oklahoma. And obviously Lane Kiffin and his crew want to rebound from the loss last weekend. Oklahoma, I don't know what team's going to show up there, to be honest with you.
Oklahoma's at home. I believe they're a slight favorite.
They're 5.5 according to ESPN.
Which I think it seems Ole Miss is a better team. Hell, Ole Miss should have won last week, but they got blown out in the fourth quarter of that game. At some point, Lane Kiffin has to win one of these big games. I think Ole Miss is the better team playing on the road, but at the same time, Oklahoma's desperate now after losing to Texas. They've got to get their stuff together if they want a chance to get to the SEC championship game, if they want a chance to make the college football playoff. And right now that's still in play, but they've got to win. I still like Ole Miss in this one as an underdog. I think that's going to be one of those games that's going to be tight right down to the wire. Maybe a field goal wins it, but also John Mature, if he wants back in the Heisman race, he has to have his Heisman moment, and a game like this could actually do that for him.
I could do it. That's one of the early games that it's going to be fun to watch, I think. And so keep that one in mind. Obviously, Texas at Mississippi State, that's scheduled to kick off at 3:15 on the SEC network. Texas, a 7.5 point favorite. And, I probably won't touch that game, but I don't know how Texas is a 7.5 point favorite over anybody.
What you saw last week, how bad offensively they were, I think we all know they're better than that. They showed that against Oklahoma. And kind of like the Oklahoma game, all the negativity leading into that allowed them to focus. I imagine you have something similar. And Arch wasn't great in that game, but he had some receivers that dropped some passes.
He did.
And
he had guys in his face all afternoon.
And Sark's got to scheme up some plays that, one, they can block. Two, Arch can get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. But Wingo doesn't have many wide open passes that he's just going to flat out going to drop. plenty of cowbell in this one, but I do like the Longhorns by 10.
Texas, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, they really don't have that burner this year. They don't have a Matthew Golden this year that they can go to, that they can just open it up and throw it down the field. Unless I'm missing something, they just don't have that speed at wide receiver this year.
They've got so many young receivers. Wingo is supposed to be that. Livingston has kind of been that.
He's been probably their best receiver this year.
Not probably. He's been their best. I'm curious to see if they add Michael Terry into the game plan at running back or wide receiver. Remember when he was coming out of Alamo Heights, Michael Terry could do either. Just incredible athlete. He could be that burner guy, but they got to get him on the field. He's a true freshman. So will he get out there? Is that a weapon that they could figure out what they have there? I'm a little bit more worried about the defensive side with Michael Taft being out because he's kind of their heart and soul leader. But Mississippi State, they're 4-3 on the year. They're not a bad team, but they're not a great team.
They've been playing everybody pretty close, though. They haven't really gotten blown out.
It's typical SEC.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, special teams might be the difference again this week, like it was last week at Kentucky.
Boy, I'd sure like to see a breakout game for the Texas Longhorns. The game of the night, at least for a lot of folks around here, is Texas A&M in Baton Rouge to take on LSU. Look, I don't care what the records are. It truly is one of those cliche games because this has really turned into a rivalry in my mind. When you're talking about Texas A&M and LSU, and the fact that this game is in Baton Rouge on a Saturday night, that place is going to be rocking.
It is, and it's nerve-wracking for every Aggie fan that I know. Now, every one of them suffer from battered Aggie syndrome. I used to think that was something just, the Rob Thompsonism, but apparently that's all around Aggie land, and there's nerves there. All day drinking, and the party that's going to be a fun game. But if Marcel Reed goes out and plays his game, you could have a coach on the hot seat for LSU as soon as this one's over. There's so much at stake. We'll visit with Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, about this one coming up in about an hour. He joins us at 4:35. I'll tell you two games that aren't getting enough national attention. Two national, one local. One Big 12 matchup, Arizona State against Houston. That game is in Tempe. Arizona State is undefeated against teams from Texas this year, which is big for ASU because outside of Arizona, they have more students and alumni from the great state of Texas than anywhere. So, that's big. But Houston at 6-1. Trying to stay in the mix. And for whatever reason, Houston is not on the national radar anywhere, despite a 6-1 record. Houston is going to try to go into Tempe and make a big statement.
Well, now, is Arizona State still banged up?
Oh, yeah.
They're still banged up. They got the win last week banged up.
Against a really good Texas Tech team. Sam Levitt, the quarterback, is back, but their top wide receiver, he's playing with the hurt leg, but he looks like he's playing with the hurt leg. He runs around and then limps back to the huddle. And when he makes catches, he's got no speed after he makes a catch. So, he's playing hurt. And for my Navy midshipmen, not ranked, undefeated on the year, an explosive offense, a quarterback that should be in the at least Heisman conversation. They've got a decent FAU team, but Navy should win this game going away, yet they're still not ranked, and no love for a Navy offense that might be the most explosive Navy offense since Keenan Reynolds was the quarterback there, 8-10 years ago. And no love for Navy. And as we get ready to head out to Baltimore for the Army-Navy game, they should be. But that one on CBS Sports Network tomorrow afternoon is one to keep a watch on because there's only a handful of undefeated teams left in college football. Well,
that's a big match, obviously, for the American Conference, right? The other big matchup in that conference, Eagle fan points that out on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, South Florida and Memphis.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one. Two powerhouses in the American Conference, and appreciate you pointing that out, Eagle fan, one that we had missed. Now, again, we are going to talk with Andrew Monaco at 4:30 about that big game in Baton Rouge tomorrow night.
The other game locally that even locally nobody's talking about it, and it's a damn shame, but UIW is on the road this week, and UIW – high expectations coming into this season, and they're 2-5. They're 0-3 in the Southland, and they're going to the Valley to play the brand new school, UT Rio Grande, the Vaqueros, UT RGV. And you think about all the San Antonio ties down there at UT RGV. It's incredible, from the coaching staff to the quarterback is Eddie Lee Marburger, and what they have been doing. They're 5-2, but 1-2 in Southland play. This is a big game for them because they're trying to win the Southland, and they've got a chance.
Wow. That was Eddie Lee Marburger. He played at UTSA, right?
Yeah, he was the guy that couldn't win the job.
That's it. So interesting. I'm surprised, UIW, but that's the way college football works these days. I mean, Texas is in the same boat, right? All the expectations, and thus far hasn't happened. UIW, the same thing coming in. It just hasn't happened for those guys. College football has been a lot of fun. Really has been fun, and tomorrow should be no disappointment at all when it comes to the play. I'm looking forward to another good college football weekend.
Yeah,
sure.
and Pledge just sent me something. This is just happening now. Westlake up in Austin tomorrow. They've got a huge game, but they're going to finally retire Drew Brees' number.
Oh, wow.
And Pledge sent me a note saying, just now? Drew Brees, part of this is on Drew Brees. While he's playing, well, he never had a Saturday off where he could get to Austin. And since he's been retired, remember, he was doing broadcasting and doing a lot of stuff. He was busy on Saturdays. This is something that Westlake, I know, has wanted to do for a long time. And this happens at a lot of high schools. But you're not going to have that ceremony unless the dude's there.
Well, yeah.
And Drew Brees is going to be in Austin this weekend. And they're going to do the ceremony, but that's why they're just now doing it. They would have done it a long time ago, but if Drew is not showing up, we're not doing the ceremony.
Well, I think it's great, and that place is going to be packed.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be packed. Does everybody know this? Drew will be there, and big ceremony. Yeah, well, that's good. Congratulations to Drew Brees and Austin Westlake. Although,
screw those guys.
Yeah, I can't really stand those guys because they always seem to beat San Antonio. So
always,
right? Hey, when we come back, and we've been talking a lot about this. We had Nico LaHood on, famous defense attorney here, was once our Bexar County district attorney here as well, talking about the gambling scandal in the NBA. It's causing some friction between a couple of guys. Well, Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith. They kind of got into it last night. We'll hear from those guys. We'll talk a little bit more about that NBA scandal when we return. Live from Gus Stadium, Harlan and Taft getting at it tonight. You can hear that game right here on 94.1 beginning at 6:30. Jason Minix will have your call. We'll return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Basketball is back. Spurs playing tonight. They're taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. And, the best place for you to get in on all the action and make your picks and win money is at Underdog, where you can play the pick'em game, which is a lot of fun to play, just choosing higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals. And right now on Underdog, they've got Vic at 28.5 points. He's coming off a 40-point game. Would you go higher or lower? You can go points, rebounds, and assists. That is at 44.5. Would you go higher or lower? They've got Zion at 25.5 points tonight. Higher or lower? You build out your pick-em entry, and once you feel good, you make your entry. You can play for as little as $1. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and top users make $200 to $300 per month.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code STEER25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code STEER25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code STEER25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Hornitos Tequila and America's Team have one major thing in common. Everyone can enjoy them. They weren't made just to have a few fans, but to gather people who love high-quality, real Texas football and premium fresh-pressed agave tequila. It's for all our fans. Whether you live in Texas or not, or sip your Hornitos in a Paloma or straight, it's 100% agave tequila for 100% of Dallas Cowboys fans. Hornitos, the tequila de todos. Drink smart. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. 2025 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí.
Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30, the Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good music on a Friday, a football Friday at that. We're live at Gus Stadium. Harlan and Taft will go at it tonight, 7 o'clock kickoff, but we're going to get you started here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star at 6:30. They've moved things back about 30 minutes because of the storms. If you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, you see the clouds kind of ominous out there over the stadium, but nothing too bad right now. It looks like it's going to be okay.
It's going to be fine.
I'm Joe Ryan.
It's going to be fine.
He's Jason Minix, and he's the guy that's got to deal with it.
Well, I mean, the beautiful thing for our Quarterman Plumbing High School Game of the Week, energized by Hill Electric, is I'll be dry regardless.
That's very true. But will you be calling the game, or will you be having to wait?
Call the game.
Okay.
We'll call the game.
All right. Just checking.
I mean, are you going to be driving to Houston in a massive thunderstorm?
I might be.
Or are you going to get there before the storm?
It's possible. I have no clue. I'm not the weather guy.
Are you sure?
Despite what many people believe.
Well, you got 19 weather apps on your phone.
I do. Well, according to my weather app, the rain is not supposed to start here until after 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And then obviously going to Houston, that cold front's coming in. So it'll be later in Houston. So I should be just fine.
You're going to be fine.
By the way, just a reminder to everybody, because I just happened to go check. And on sasportstar.com, our Pro Football Pick'em Challenge, I got a 3-point lead over everybody else. Dude, it's embarrassing for all of you.
It is. And again, the good news is you're not eligible for the gift card every week to Mellow Mushroom that the weekly winner gets, or the grand prize winner, $1,000 worth of tickets from Awesome Tickets. But go get your picks in at sasportstar.com. And some of you can remind Joe, as he has checked it Tuesday, and he checked it Wednesday, and he checked it Thursday, and maybe even today. It doesn't change during the week because there's no NFL games.
It did change after last night, and I had the Chargers last night.
Had the Chargers last
notched
night?
Another one in the win column.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're in the lead last week, you're going to be in the lead this week.
True.
If you checked it on Tuesday, it's the same on Wednesday, but you get excited.
Well, it's just nice.
I mean, you're like a 5-year-old. I mean, look, I'm still in first.
Well, it's just kind of nice, Minix, especially like Frank Valdez on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, and he is telling me that I'm cheating and I'm under investigation, and but it's fine, and that's what I like, because I know these guys are really pissed off that I'm in the lead, and it makes me very happy.
Do you drum this stuff up in your head?
Well, they are. I know Alexandra's upset. She is.
She's not upset.
She's upset.
I mean, it feels like you're just trying to create drama in your head where there's none there.
Well, I want to create drama. I didn't start this. Frank did.
No, I think you do, because
Frank did.
Like whatever you're like, you're right, Alexander. Did you check the standings? I mean, you're starting it.
Yes,
you're like a playground bully.
I am.
Like, back in the 5th grade, you're snapping her bra. I mean, like, what are you doing,
dude? When I was in the 5th grade, they didn't wear bras. They had nothing to wear a bra for.
What was it? 7th grade?
I have no idea.
It was 5th, 6th grade when girls started wearing bras. Did you ever do that?
I didn't snap a bra.
Yeah,
no,
never.
No, you had to develop the unhook.
Well, no,
thing.
that's what you do in high school, where you learn where you can get it off the unsnap the ball with one hand.
I'm from Alice, Texas, dude. We started a little younger there. I mean, that's the way that it goes. Dude, we might have had the most per capita pregnant cheerleaders of any city in the world.
It's something to brag about.
I guess, man. You see them out there, big bellies and all, just out there cheering away. They were doing good. There's got to be some old pictures rolling around.
Nobody wants to see that.
I would think. I don't
how
know.
many did you have?
I was never pregnant. Never was.
Never?
You're a dumb butt. No.
You never got pregnant?
I never did.
But did you ever knock up what was that, a coyote?
Never did knock up a coyote. No.
What they call the cheerleaders there?
Cheerleaders? I don't.
Did they have their own name?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't remember. Jason, that was like 100 years ago.
Well, was it just the cheerleaders, or did it also include the dance team?
No, it was pretty much the cheerleaders. I think that was a
requirement,
a mandatory thing.
Really?
No,
you got to be able to make a run-through banner and get knocked up by the.
What's
non-athletic tight end?
What's funny about that? Now that I can, I can talk about it because they're all grandparents now. I mean,
they
were grandparents a long time ago, right?
High school.
So there always seemed to be one or two down there that was the shirt couldn't quite cover that belly. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
They were fine.
Do you still have a yearbook from Alice?
I do not. I have no yearbook. I'm sure somebody has a yearbook though that.
So we need to find the 1979. 1980.
1980, yeah.
1980. That was your senior year, right?
Yeah.
So 77, 78, 79.
Oh, yeah.
End
of the 70s.
End of the 70s. Just the hairstyles.
Dude, the hair, it hadn't changed.
Well, I'm sure at some point you had a mullet back then.
No, I did. It was a little bit longer back then. Yeah, it was. And a lot blonder back then, too. So,
Fred Villarreal on our YouTube. Oh, hang on. Sorry, Fred. Coyote 96977. Appreciate the numbers there, Coyote. He claims to have seen he's from Alice.
He's an Elysian.
Uh-huh.
An Elysian. That's what we call our neighbors there.
Dude, we might need some photos. You might need to snap some photos of your old yearbook.
I'm proud of that. I got no problem.
I mean, look, we all had, our high school days, the mullets and the porn stashes and all that kind of. I mean, that's what it is. We need to see photographic evidence of the cheerleaders. I
don't know if there is any of that.
Oh, you think the yearbook editor kind of protected everybody back then?
Yeah, but could be. I don't remember. See, Coyote, I was blonde back in those days.
Yeah.
It changes the older you get.
Remember how blonde you were in the 90s when we used to play, flag football every
It was a good place to grow up. That's for sure. As Coyote 6977 can attest to. Eloy says his family were, what he says, there were cheerleaders in Ben Bolt. Now Ben Bolt is a stoplight.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
But it was 7 miles from Alice. But it was right there, just a stoplight.
Did you ever go over there and try to knock up a Ben Bolt cheerleader?
No, but we go to Agua Dulce. And we were like the big city boys who go to Agua Dulce. They had dances over there on Saturday night.
Well, see, that's now in Copper's Cove. We used to go over to Lampasas.
Yeah.
And you'd cruise up Key Avenue, and you'd always have somebody that would have a bonfire. But they had a beer barn in Lampasas. And basically, you could show your high school ID and get what you needed at the beer barn in Lampasas. But we used to have to go to Lampasas because growing up, Copper's Cove, Coryell County was dry.
That sucks.
You couldn't buy alcohol there.
Well, that sucks.
And if you went to Killeen, Bell County, well, that's Fort Hood. Too many soldiers. So it was hard to buy alcohol there in high school. But Lampasas, it didn't matter. And then Lampasas, they have a big event every year called the Spring Hoe.
Spring Hoe.
Spring Hoe.
Is one of them nominated or what?
I mean,
to breathe the spring hoe.
And all, I mean, Google it. I mean, in fact, a former News 4 news anchor.
Was a spring hoe?
Was a spring hoe back then. I mean, it was a big deal to have that title.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was she a pregnant cheerleader?
No.
Dude, seriously, a spring hoe?
Look it up. It's a big old festival all week long. Got the carnival and the concerts and the pageant. And
Who the hell names a girl a spring hoe?
Dude, I don't make up the rules.
That's terrible.
I mean, you don't believe me? Google it.
I believe you. I'm just saying.
I mean, Google it. You see the photo.
As a dad sitting around the barbershop or the bar.
My daughter won the big
She's a spring hoe.
Yeah, she's the queen hoe.
Oh, we know. From Mr. Right Angle, we know.
Unfortunately, this
she's also the winner in fall.
This one's bragging about being the third runner-up hoe. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Well, what was this a festival for? Like hoes? Like what? I mean,
dude, every little town has something.
I know.
I mean, Copper's Cove, we used to have a Rabbit Fest.
The spring.
I don't know what the hell Rabbit Fest is, but it's your carnival and all the stuff, and it's like the Luling watermelon thump.
Yes, all of that's fine.
Well, I mean, again, I have no idea.
The spring hoe. I'm so proud. My daughter is the spring hoe.
You know what? And I know your daughter. They would have been in those pageants.
No, they wouldn't.
Every one of your daughters.
No,
I could see. Okay,
I'd have been greasing the mayor and the
nobody
politicians.
needs to hear about you greasing anybody when we're talking about the spring hoe. I mean, it's a big title.
Oh my gosh, this was in Lampasas.
In Lampasas,
they still have this.
Absolutely, every year. It's a big deal.
I'm sure.
It's a big deal.
The spring hoe. Probably get them started about 10, to get ready for that.
I mean, some of you guys Google on there and put in the YouTube chat because you guys are asking me too many questions. Like Sam. I don't know.
The spring hoe. Did you participate in this?
In what way? I was never.
Oh,
I mean,
you were never a spring hoe, Minix?
No, not in any kind of pageant.
Holy cow!
But I can say that my first was a chick from Lampasas.
Well, there you go, because they're all hoes.
Oh boy!
Oh my goodness! That
was a great segment on gambling.
It sure
that
was.
Was just for you, Matt Roy, who just texted. What the hell am I listening to?
This is. We will hear from Barkley and Kenny Smith at some point in time. That's for sure. But we'll talk a little Cowboys, and Andrew Monaco will bring some adulthood to this show at 4:30 coming up here in just a little while. We're live at Northside. Gus Stadium, actually, on the Northside School District, Harlan and Taft.
Talk much?
Yeah, I tell you, it's tough. Jason Minix will have the call for you right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, beginning at 6:30 with the pregame show. They'll kick at 7 o'clock. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but Prize Picks, well, I'll tell you what, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season. As the basketball season begins, Prize Picks is here for you. And whether you're a football fan, a basketball fan, or any kind of sports fan, there's always the games to be played. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash if you're a Spurs fan. More than victor all the time. Heck, it only takes about 60 seconds to make your picks, and you can turn those picks into cash. It feels so good being right. I told you about Wemby. Dak's on an MVP kind of run. I like the more thans with Dax all season long. On Prize Pick, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose the Flex Pay, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play, up to 2,000x. No matter your play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Game one of the Major League Baseball World Series is tonight. The LA Dodgers taking on the Blue Jays in Toronto. You can catch that game on AM 1250 and 103.3 FM beginning at 7 o'clock. Denver Broncos, well, they'll host the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday. It's a game you can catch here on 94.1. We found out today that Cowboys cornerback Trayvon Diggs has been ruled out for that game, as has safety Donovan Wilson.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, it is a football Friday, and we're having some fun here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. So happy you guys have decided to spend a little time with us on this Friday afternoon. We're at Gus Stadium getting ready for Harlan and Taft, and Jason Minix will have your call here on 94.1 beginning at 6:30 with the pregame show. They're going to kick things off tonight at 7 o'clock.
Well, the education continues.
It does.
For all of you here, I would go to springho.com. Taking place the second full weekend in July, each day of Spring Hoe is brimming over with activities for all. Come visit Lampasas for some Spring Hoe fun. That's what it says on the website. And then they, obviously it happened in July of this year. They have photos on here of Little Miss Spring Hoe, young Berkeley Ann Shuffler, Miss Spring Hoe with Sagan Plouffe. There's photos of all those with the crowns and 2025 Spring Hoe. It's a big deal. Now, reading
Apparently
about the why, it was named anonymously. When they started the festival in 1972, it was $25 as a fundraiser to submit a name. And somebody put Spring Hoe. Now, obviously, if you think about the Lampasas River and all the springs there, the Sulphur Spring, that's apparently where the spring comes from because, hell, we all know July sucks.
Yeah.
But in the hoe part, maybe hoe down, or they think maybe with the old settlers when they got there, they're telling people, oh, there's springs. It's unlimited water.
That's what Sam on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page is saying. While I'm being juvenile, everybody's coming up with the regular thing, but still, would you want your daughter being called the Spring Hoe? I mean, seriously. There's a lot of juveniles out there that think like me.
Well, of all the years that I've called high school sports in the San Antonio area, and we're pushing 30 years of doing this. I think this is my 28th football season. There was a volleyball player, and her first name on the roster was Precious.
Precious, okay.
And I'm thinking, okay, this is a nickname.
Sure.
Her last name, Blow. Not every dad thinks like you do, Ryan Eagle.
Precious Blow.
That was her name.
Hey, God bless you.
I mean, now, I don't know if she was ever Miss Spring Hoe in Lampasas. I don't know if she played for the Badgers. Well, I know she wasn't a Badger at the time. But, I mean, there's so many. I mean, sometimes, man, Ryan Eagle, you just go with it.
You have to, and that's all you can do. You learn something new every day, and I hope you guys and gals appreciate the education you just got here in the last segment, because I don't know. Raise your hand if you knew that Lampasas had a Spring Hoe festival.
I did.
I certainly did not.
But we used to go. But they have big concerts. If you're a fan of Texas country, small town, all the weird food on a stick, it's fun. It's just got a bad name.
That's always fun. Yeah. I mean, festivals are fun.
Festivals are fun.
They are fun.
And,
so,
maybe
we'll have to make our way up to Lampasas. That's in May?
July, sir.
July.
I'm glad you pay attention.
Well, why is it not the summer hoe?
Hot and sweaty? I don't know. Again, springs. It's the water. That's
okay, so it has nothing to do with the time of year.
No.
Or
sex.
A hoe.
Well, we're not talking about gardening.
I got you.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
We get a parade. The whole town comes out. You grew up in Alice.
I did.
Yet you make fun of small town stuff.
Well, no, I'm not making fun of it.
Really? What do you call this?
I've never heard of anything like that. We didn't have a Spring Hoe festival in Alice.
What kind of festival did
I don't
you have?
know if we had any, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I'm not sure. We had a big county fair and rodeo, and I don't remember any festivals, to be totally honest.
Now, some of you guys that clearly have more time on your hands or are more tech savvy, Google and find out some odd county or town festival names.
There's got to be some goofy ones.
I mean, there's got to be. I mean, there's festivals for all kinds of weird things. You know what I mean? Spring Hoe is innocent enough for some and not for Ryan Eagles.
Although I'm curious as hell now. I want to go. I want to go up to Lampasas.
You want to know about the voting process?
I do. Is there a tryout or what? I mean, I'm sick. I found it funny today because we were gonna talk a little gambling, but the NFL is concerned about what's going on in the NBA. The Players Union sent out a statement today just reminding the players of the rules when it comes to gambling. And I think you're going to probably see that everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if Major League Baseball does that. I wouldn't be surprised if hockey does that. And certainly the NFL did. But it's clear cut, and it states in black and white what the rules are when it comes to gambling and what you can and can't do. So I think everybody's a little bit concerned by this, and I think it could go, who knows, a little bit this could transcend all the leagues, and that's, I think, is the worry from everybody.
The idea of everybody going over the rules is excuse me, not Surprising. But interesting debate on between Shaq and Kenny and Charles Barkley and all those guys about why. Because isn't that the biggest question?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got millions.
Well, that's what everybody's asking.
Rozier had over $100 million in NBA salary. And the why, because it just feels dumb, right? Interesting back and forth that is worthy of discussion.
Under no circumstances, I love to gamble. The notion, like, Rozier makes $26 million. Him betting, giving people information or taking himself out of games, how much is he going to benefit taking himself out the game to get unders? Like, he's making $26 million. The notion he gave, how much of these guys he gave a head up, he took himself out of games on prop bets. How much money is he going to make?
Well, if he did that, you're proving my point.
What do you mean?
That means
that's
that
not
it's an
addiction.
illogical thought process.
No.
If you're making $26 million to try to win $50,000, like, that's illogical. So that you're proving my point.
No, that's not addiction. That's stupidity.
The same reason someone goes and uses drugs when they're in the NBA.
Hey, drugs are addiction.
So there's no gambling addiction?
No, yeah, they are gambling addiction. But the notion that you're trying to make sure these guys being addicted, you can't fix basketball games. You cannot fix. Like I say, this is separate from Chauncey, but the notion that guys are making all this money and giving information, it's come on, man, stop that. Ain't got nothing to do with addiction. That's just total stupidity on these two dudes' parts.
Look, I mean, you could look at this a couple of different ways. There is gambling addiction. I mean, you hear on the disclaimers on the back of every gambling ad, right? You hear that. If you've got a problem, do something about it. In this case, and I guess I look at the ramifications of what Terry Rozier is accused of doing, what others have done, and we'll find out more. I mean, not only his career is over. His career is over.
Yep.
Most likely. So that impacts his family. But think about all the other basketball players that aren't doing anything and the stain now that is on them because of what's going on. And I'm not saying there's anybody else involved. I have no clue, but I'm just saying you're associated with the NBA right now, and it's not a good thing.
The idea, I think both can be true. There can be an addiction, and it's more about the rush. And I could see that, whether you're winning $200 or $2,000 or $50,000. I don't. But also, and it kind of sounds like, although he's getting a cut, he's trying to help his guys out. And we know we have seen this. You and I have seen this firsthand with different guys that make it to the Spurs, and then you see all the guys that they're rolling with, and all those guys are on the payroll. If you're Rozier, you're helping your guys out without money coming out of your account. And that could be a part of it too. Like, man, I know I told these guys I would take care of them, but dude, so here's a way I can help you make some money without it coming out of my account. That, while you shake your head and go dumb, I'm trying to see reasons why somebody would do this. Doesn't have to make sense for me, but I could buy that reason. If he were to say, yeah, man, I mean, I got these 5-6 guys, and they're all costing me $100,000 a year on my quote unquote payroll. Well, here's the way I can get them that money without it coming out of my bank account. That makes sense.
Well,
right? None of it makes sense, but it all makes sense.
That reason, I guess, is as good as any when it comes to this, because I can't figure it out. And I'm with Charles on this thing. When you're talking about a guy who makes $29 million a year, $29 million a year, and he's made over $160 million in his career. He was under investigation 2 years ago by the NBA. The NBA cleared him of this. And so he thought, I think, he was untouchable. He could continue on, do what he's doing. And it's just, it's sad for the NBA. And look, the NBA is not going anywhere. They're too big. The league is too popular. They're not going anywhere. But neither is gambling. So the thing is now, while Chauncey Billups, if he's found guilty, Terry Rozier, if he's found guilty, their careers are over.
Mm-hmm.
They're over, and they're still young men. I mean, what are they going to do? And they're going to have to drag that around for the rest of their lives now. And so it's just it's one of those things. And I know we all do stupid things. And you don't think about the consequences at the time, but my goodness, what the stain that they have put on the NBA right here at the beginning of the season is just. Man, it's just almost unforgivable.
And when you don't get caught early, and it seems easy, it is. And again, this investigation's been going on for a long time. Kind of amazing that the MLB investigation with Shohei was done in less than a week. And you wonder if there's something still in play there. You know, World Series starts tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, on the TV broadcast, does it get talked about? Not that I watched every inning and every pitch of the Dodgers playoff run to this point, but it doesn't come up.
I'm sure it won't.
Because it's Shohei and the interpreter is taking the fall. And not, you know, it's scary for all of these sports where integrity has always been a big part. You go back to the Donahue deal, or, you know, any kind of point shaving, and you always kind of feel like it's a limited, small one or two rogue official or a rogue player here or there chasing money. And it was a bigger deal in college, but those kids didn't have any money. It was their chance to do something, which makes more sense. But now that gambling is so open and legal everywhere, and so many more people are doing it legally, I don't know how many more people are actually gambling now that weren't gambling 10 years ago when we didn't have all these apps on our phones. But the fact that everybody talks about it, it's a big Al Michaels last night, everything going on. He's got no problem talking about overs, unders. I mean, Brent Musburger used to just make that snide comment. And then if you knew what he was talking about, you kind of chuckled. But
they had Jimmy the Greek on. I mean, that's
I mean,
it's what he did.
You know, I mean, there was a time where we didn't talk on Sports Talk too much about gambling. And now it's a big part of it, which means these leagues have to be more aware, and violators have to be, and again, dealt with in such a severe punishment that it becomes a deterrent for others that are saying, dude, I ain't risking that. I'm not risking that.
No, it has to be that, and that punishment has got to be such. And look, all of these guys are presumed innocent, and I'm not saying anything else, but it is the FBI. This has been going on for a couple of years, and I don't think they're knocking on people's doors without a significant amount of evidence. That remains to be seen. But I just it baffles me, and where I see Charles Barkley's point that is just stupidity, because look, Charles Barkley, he still makes his living from the NBA.
Yep.
And this could affect him long term. And when you're talking about, I think it was Rachel Nichols, I don't know if it was yesterday or today, say that the NBA has profited just last year almost $200 million from gambling advertising. Mm-hmm. They're in bed with two of the so-called sports books right now. And then several others that are on. But, I mean, you talk about $200 million, you got to walk away from that?
Well,
you can't.
And again, those companies aren't investing $200 million if they're not getting a positive ROI. And one of the other things that Rachel said is, and it makes sense, you know, every city has crime areas.
Yeah.
And if it's isolated to one area, you can deal with it. When it becomes too widespread, nobody wants to come to your town anymore.
That's it.
And that's the bigger problem. Will this keep people from watching the NBA, or more importantly, keep people from making those bets where they're getting that $200 million in advertising revenue? If that doesn't continue, then those companies aren't going to continue to write that check to the NBA. And it's the double-edged sword that Adam Silver has to deal with. He wants to protect the revenue coming in from the gambling companies, while at the same time try to keep his players from, he's not going to say, you know what, we don't need that $200 million. It's not good for our game.
Well, no, and he's not going to say that because it is good, and they're not going to turn it down. I mean, that's an awful lot of money. If you got to cut your budget by a significant amount of money, that you're not getting paid anymore, and then have to make do, you're not going to do that. It's here to stay. Gambling's here to stay. The question is, how does it get regulated? How do you keep guys from doing this? There's always going to be some folks that bend the rules. But you've got to make it, and I agree with you, you've got to make the punishment so severe that people are going to think twice about this. And look, the NCAA, in my opinion, just made a huge mistake by allowing college players to bet on professional sports. To me, it's a huge mistake. And people say, it's a free country, and if you got the money, you should be able to do it. But it's a privilege to be able to do what you're doing. And if you want to continue to do it, there are certain rules that you got to follow. And it's just unfortunate that this happened right in the beginning of the NBA season. Unfortunate timing, certainly. Unfortunate that we're voting on a Proposition A and B as well, that this comes out. But luckily, there has been no mention of anyone in these parts being involved in this. We'll talk a lot more about this for sure. When we come back, though, can you believe, Jason, we've been 2 hours and 15 minutes?
Yeah.
We haven't talked once about the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, a little bit.
Not much, but we're going to.
Yeah.
When we return, don't forget Andrew Monaco joins us at 4:30 today. He'll talk Aggies football in a big game for the Texas A&M Aggies. We're live at Gus Stadium. Harlan and Taft getting going. 6:30 tonight. Jason Minix will have the call for you right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Dallas Cowboys football when we return here on 94.1. Hey, before we go away, though, I want to ask you a question. I know the weather's about to turn a little bit, but my goodness, how fortunate are we that we live in San Antonio and the weather is absolutely amazing. It really is. It's golf weather pretty much year round. And that's the beauty of living here in San Antonio. And the best place to do that is the Golf Club of Texas. And it doesn't matter. If you can't get out there this weekend, it's okay. Go out there Monday. I can't get on Monday. How about Tuesday or Wednesday? Doesn't matter. Golf Club of Texas is open 7 days a week. They're open to the public. Might look like a country club when you get out there and you play, but it's not. Again, open to the public with some of the friendliest staff around. It is incredible what they've done to that golf course. The resodding all over the place. The golf cart paths that they've put in all over the place. It's just a beautiful golf course. Zero-scaped areas. An incredible place. And it's a fun golf course to play. And then you've got the Tin Cup Bar and Grill, a perfect place to go in for lunch before your round or after your round, or take your family out to dinner. It's a great place. Then you can sit outside at the bar outside and enjoy the nice, cool fall evenings while you have your favorite cocktail. Golf Club of Texas, it is a destination that you need to make. And you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it is for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
1, 2, 3, come on! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
You like that? How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
8 years ago, I blew my football career.
He dropped it at the 1 yard line.
Chad Powers has arrived on Hulu.
If I can't play as Russ, I'll play as someone else.
My name's Chad.
And last name?
From executive producers Eli and Peyton Manning.
Remember, you're wearing a prosthetic mask. This is acting.
And starring Glenn Powell.
He thinks you're a rubber utility.
Not rubber. I'm a man. Made of flesh.
The Hulu original series, Chad Powers, is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundled subscribers. Terms apply. New episodes Tuesdays.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at nordicUSA.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Heebner Oak Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, Rob will be back in the saddle. We'll have a Cowboys game to discuss. We'll have the Aggie LSU game to discuss. Texas, Mississippi State, the World Series, and the Spurs playing again. So much to do, so little time. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I like that one. Just let that play a little bit.
Yeah.
That's always nice. On a football Friday, this is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're live at Gustafson Stadium, where Harlan will take on Taft tonight. We'll have it for you beginning at 6:30 right here on 94.1. Cowboys will also have the Cowboys this weekend, Sunday. 2:30 is when they'll start with their pregame show. Kickoff in Denver at 3:25. Going to be a tough test for the Dallas Cowboys, but at the same token, be a pretty tough test for the Denver Bronco defense.
Well, again, this is one of those interesting games where the Cowboys have consistently struggled against the Denver Broncos. And their defense, good. Cowboys offense, really good. And Bo Nix. Does Bo Nix play a solid 4 quarters, or does he wake up in the fourth like last week?
Yeah,
I mean,
who knows?
that kind of becomes the $1 million question, doesn't it?
Well, they've been inconsistent offensively, and I think Bo Nix has been extremely inconsistent. I think he's going to be a good quarterback over the long haul, and I think Sean Payton believes in him. So I think he's their guy, but they got to be a little more consistent offensively. Then there's the question: do the Cowboys defense, does that make him right and make him look a lot better, or that whole offense for the Denver Broncos? This could be a good game, but the Cowboys. Denver's been one of those teams that's been really tough for them over the years.
Well, you got to go back to the 90s for Dallas to have a win in Denver. Now, granted, they don't play each other all the time. The way Dak Prescott is playing, though, the Cowboys are going to have a chance. And Brian Schottenheimer this morning on the Morning Huddle, as he is every Friday, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, just talked about the high level of football Dak Prescott is playing right now.
Well, I always go back, and it's probably boring, but like just the confidence that he's playing with, man. I mean, and when I say confidence, I'm not just talking about the decisions that he's making and where he's throwing the ball. I think it's the confidence in his back foot and how firm he's playing off of his back foot as a quarterback guy and a quarterback junkie. You know, we've done a really good job from day one when we kind of got here and hired the staff and got Clayton Adams in place, and Steve Shimko became the quarterback coach. Like there was a big emphasis on adjusting some things with Dak's footwork. And, you guys know Dak, but like he was all in, man. He's like, yep, I'm good. I'll try anything. I want to be coached. I want to be developed. And it's really cool for me to see some of the footwork training and things that we call him shimmy, our quarterback coach has done that really, where Dak's playing with a little bit of a wider base, playing with his cleats in the ground a little bit more. But all those things are very, very important to a quarterback's consistency. And that's what Dak's playing with right now is great consistency. And he's very comfortable with the scheme. And then, of course, when you've got good players, man, he'll tell you. He'll be the first to tell you. When you've got good players, it definitely helps because there's certain times where we're up there to formation. And let's say it's, 2 by 2. And he's like, okay, I can look right and see, oh, there's CeeDee Lamb. And he's like, let me peek over here. What's going on? Oh, there's George Pickens. And by the way, there's, Javonte Williams behind me and Fergie and Turp and guys like that. That breeds confidence, man, and he's playing with a ton of it.
I totally agree with that, but I got to know who's Shimmy.
Well, it's Shimko. He's the
Shimmy.
Everybody's got a nickname.
Everybody's got a nickname.
Now, one of the things that Shotty said this morning here on 94.1, I mean, I don't know if you actually do it, but you're playing in altitude. You're playing in Denver. How much does that add to Brandon Aubrey's range?
Yeah, again, I think it's funny because I share this, at times when I get asked about it, because number one, he's incredible. Just set a record for the most 60-yard field goals in a career, and I mean, what can you say about that? Like, what an incredible weapon! But the answer is most places you go. Let's just say other places I've been, Seattle, New York. When you ask for a field goal line for your kicker, it's usually again on the plus side of the field, about 38, 40, something like that. So you're like, okay, cool, I get it. Yes, we're gonna get to attempt a field goal. When I ask Nick Sorensen almost every week, and Dak and I chuckle about it now. I'm like, hey Nick, what's the line? He's like, somewhere around the 50. I'm like, somewhere around the 50. I'm like, you want to be more specific? He's like, no, just somewhere around the 50. And Dak and I literally chuckle like before we go out to drive. He kind of looks at me, he's like, 50-ish? I'm like, yeah, 50-ish. He's like, okay, cool. This week, there's really no telling. I think it could be the minus 40-ish. Maybe,
oh my God.
Which is just insane. But at the end of the day, our philosophy is going to be whatever we think gives us the best chance to win. Do I think Brandon could kick a record-setting kick in that altitude? Absolutely. But we're going to try that if and only if it gives us the best chance to win the game.
So did I just hear Brian Schottenheimer say that we could see a 77-yard field goal?
That's what he said. A 77-yard field goal attempt. But if you're talking about negative 40, right, you're on your own 40-yard line. Typically, they go holders back 7 yards.
Yep.
So that's the 33, which is what, a 77-yard field goal?
Yeah.
Holy cow! In the altitude of Denver, I don't think there's any question Aubrey could kick it that far. But boy, you better do that when there's no time left on the clock, because you don't want to miss that and give Denver the football at the 33-yard line.
But I mean, at the end of a half, you know,
sure.
And look, Sean Payton knows that too. How do they play? Like if they've got the ball and they punt it, you know, with 40 seconds left, and you know Dak's at the 8-yard line, if he gets out near the 40, you know, they're 45, they're in field goal range.
Sure.
It's just that weapon. And I don't know that Schottenheimer would do it unless it's end of game or end of half.
Have to be.
You know, or you're up 21. What the hell, man? Let's set a record because we're kicking Sean Payton's ass and Ryan Eagles happy.
Yeah,
and, you know,
sure.
Why not? But in reality, that will affect how Sean Payton plays the end of a half or the end of a game as well.
Absolutely. I think it will. Look, he's a hell of a weapon. Brandon Aubrey's one hell of a weapon for the Dallas Cowboys. There's no question about that, because he's a hell of an accurate kicker. He can kick it a mile, and all of that's good. You just got to think about those things. You talk about a coach's decision. I don't think Shotty would do that unless it is the end of a half, or he absolutely has to have it to win or tie the game at the end. Yeah. It's the only time we're going to see something like that. He's just not going to let Aubrey line up and try to set a record just to set a record.
But if they're at, say, the Denver 45, or they're right at midfield in Denver, that's 3 points. That's 3 points.
Well, the distance is not a problem, and as accurate as Aubrey is, it probably is not a problem.
I just, the other day after that safety, he kicked off from the 20, and that ball landed 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's 84, 85 yards in the air.
Sure. Hey, I'd love to see him try it. I really would. I'd love to see him try it. It would be good. The Aggies have a very, very difficult game this Saturday night at LSU. Always a tough place to play. That stadium's going to be rocking. You know that. And Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, the velvety voice of the Aggies, will be there to call it all. But first, he's going to be here to talk to us about that on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
It's football season, and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is just a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your four-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the pit house to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Feel like hitting the jackpot? At Thomas J. Henry, we're making it happen. And you don't even need to buy a ticket. We're giving away $5,000 in cash every week to 5 people from now till December. And then in December, we're giving 2 lucky winners $100,000 each. No scratch-offs, no numbers to pick. Just go to thomasjhenrylaw.com and enter today. Thomas J. Henry. Big wins. No ticket required. No purchase necessary. See rules at thomasjhenrylaw.com.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999 plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30. The Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, the Aggies just standing at attention, waving, getting crazy, and they should. They deserve it. Those Aggies are red hot, but a big ball game this weekend at Baton Rouge against the LSU Tigers. It ought to be a dandy. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minnick.
Let's talk about Aggies LSU game of the week, really, in college football. The voice of the Aggies, the velvety voice, Andrew Monaco on the Buyers Barricades guest line. I'm curious, you've been in Baton Rouge for, 48 minutes. Is the smell of bourbon wafting through the air?
it's now beginning. It will start getting stronger the longer we are here, and obviously it's closer that we get to game time as well.
Oh, Andrew, I tell you what, I know I've got a lot of family members that are Aggies, and they had this game circled on the calendar. It's one of those games, and I know it really has become a rivalry, it seems, for Aggie faithful when it comes to LSU. But Baton Rouge, Saturday night, it's going to be crazy.
You have to fight that. That's part of the elements, right? That's part of it. And the best way to do it is to try to keep 100,000 in Death Valley down, but they're always in the game. I'm with you. It's one of those special places. It's led to some heartbreak. There always seemed to be, and it wasn't. I know it's not every year. I totally understand that, but there has always been something on the line when these two schools meet. My first year ends with a 7 overtime game that. Look, they rewrote the rules after that one. So we're never going to see.
That's right.
If we see
You got a
74-70
game ball for that one.
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's one of 4 that I got under Jimbo Fisher. That was one of them. 2019, look, LSU ran roughshod over us and everybody else that year. I mean, that was one of the all-time teams. It is like everybody kind of wanted to force the rivalry because it took over at the end of November for the Texas game being in there. But because the games and now you're alternating wins on your home field, who's going to break that streak? Because there's been something on the line, because of the talent that's been in this game, and a lot of it's been LSU, I think it's elevated and it has become a rivalry. And Joe, it is a game that you always look and say, okay, when do we play LSU on the schedule? Because usually it's end of year and there's some meaning to it.
Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies. What's interesting partly about this matchup, and I think it's just college football in 2025, Brian Kelly on the hot seat if things don't go well, especially with them coming off a loss at Vanderbilt, which we joked about last week, and it actually happened. Yeah, do you get to visit with Brian Kelly, and what's he like in person, just not in the normal coaching realm?
I knew and had games with Brian Kelly in a previous lifetime. I was doing a package of games in the Mid-American Conference for a TV network up there, and Brian was at Central Michigan at the time. It was before Cincinnati. It was before he got to Notre Dame, so obviously before here. And I enjoyed. I think we had them 3 times in the year, and he could not be more accommodating. Now, you guys know that's in the MAC, right? Does a person change? I don't know if he has, but I know the people who work with him, they love working with him. And look, I don't think anybody at LSU would have guessed that he was going to be the next head coach after Ed Orgeron. They assumed he was going to stay at Notre Dame. Scott Woodward did something that is now a trend. You can go after a sitting head coach. But that's the thing about the LSU seat. It can get warm in a hurry because the expectations, the 3 previous head coaches all won national championships. So what's wrong with you, BK? How come you can't win? It's harder than you think, but then it's also the careful what you wish for, right? So, but I get the expectations here. The expectations here are Joe Burrow. The expectations here are the quarterbacks and the running backs and the wide receivers and the defenses, and Ed O won and Les Miles won and Nick Saban won when he was here. So why haven't you? So you're going up against the rest of the SEC, but you're also going up against the expectations. And I think he's handling it. I know he's gotten criticized for what did he do? Was it last year when he told people, hey, can we ask questions about the win? Like, why was it so negative? And it does. You have to know if you are going to sign on with a new team, you've got to understand all that goes with it. And as I say that, what all goes with Penn State? What's all going to go with Oklahoma State? What's all going to go with Florida? Know that there's not a lot of patience at those schools. So do you have a plan for winning? You can't be naive taking a job in college football because you do have to deal with an AD, Board of Regents, boosters, talent, recruiting, all of that. You have to have a front office now. I don't want to say the grass isn't greener because there's going to be some coaches. Yeah, if they are, you go from mid-major to a major. I'll give you this example because Jimbo Fisher and I were talking about this before. Jimbo's name came up for LSU, and Jimbo at the time said, why would I go there when I would have to play against the teams that I'm recruiting? And he was thrilled with the players who were coming in. And we were talking about Mark Stoops, ironically, and we were talking about Mark at Kentucky. Kentucky has had the patience with Mark Stoops. LSU would not have had that same kind of patience. If Mark's going to win 4 or 5 games, Lord knows that's not going to be enough. But 8 wins at Kentucky and maybe a 10 win, you buy some time. So he's got that patience with Mitch Barnhart. That's what I think coaches have to look out for in the future. Like, hey, you stumble to a 7-win season and you go to a lower bowl. Is that going to be enough for your fans and your boosters? You have to take all of it into consideration.
Well, you're exactly right, Andrew. And I tell you, there's a coach up in Austin that could be facing that as well. I mean, high expectations for the Longhorns, and they've got a tough schedule before it's all said and done. But back to the Aggies. And I can hear the coach speak now from Coach Elko. I mean, this is Baton Rouge, Saturday night, LSU. This is why you come to Texas A&M. But he has to realize, as well as the Aggies are playing and they're getting the job done, that this is a desperate football team that he's about to play Saturday night. And again, we already mentioned the very hostile crowd. This has got to be no pushover, and it's going to take the Aggies' best, I think.
Yeah. And anytime you add desperation to the equation, right? You're going to get performances that you haven't seen so far this season. And he mentioned something like this, and there were a couple of schools that he mentioned with Texas A&M that it happens, and he thought this happened last week. And he's not putting words in Brian Kelly's mouth, but he thought this happened last week, that LSU expects to beat Vanderbilt. And I'm not sure there's the type of respect, despite Vanderbilt being good. I'm not sure there's that type. So did they get up for Vanderbilt? Well, if they didn't, you better believe they're going to do that for Texas A&M. And there's just too much talent on this LSU team. Now, because he's not around them, he doesn't know what's holding them back. Some of it's the offensive line, not giving Garrett Nussmeier time, not being able to get that running game going. But this is what keeps us coaches up all night. What if this is the Saturday it all comes together? Now we're in trouble. And we have to prepare like this is Clyde Edwards-Helaire back there. We have to prepare that's Joe Burrow back there. We've got to prepare it's Justin Jefferson, because that's the type of talent that LSU brings in. And if you don't respect that, look, I don't care where you're playing. But he also knows that, look, the Aggies have to be better as well. And if that defense plays anywhere near it plays like it did last week at Arkansas, they don't stand a chance. And that's what I think becomes part of the fascinating matchup between these two, is where the Aggies can excel, LSU's not the strongest. Where LSU can excel, can they take advantage and make it an advantage for themselves? And if it's sloppy, does it become a line of scrimmage game? Who's got the advantage there? That's what will play out on Saturday. But this isn't going to be LSU Vanderbilt not having LSU's attention. No. Now, Joe, the wild card is, are the players in on that? Are they desperate or are they checking out? That's what you never, ever know. Like I've always said, I would love to, if I could have just one piece of information in bowl games, I want to know who wants to be there and who doesn't. And then that's where I'll put my money. Because the ones who don't, and you know what I mean? Like there is that. Yeah. Some it's a reward and some of it's, God, we got to play one more game. It's fascinating. But to me, I mean, again, because of expectations, it's like, well, can't win the SEC. There's nothing there. You turn the heads of everybody if you're beating number 3, Texas A&M on Saturday. And the Aggies have to understand that. This is part of the expectations that change over the course of a season, and how you can't be the underdog any longer. You can't just say, well, we haven't won in Baton Rouge since 94. We're the underdog. Nope, that's not the way it works. You've got the number 3 next to your name, and that target not only gets bigger, but it gets a little brighter.
Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies here on the Blitz. I want to build on that for a minute. A&M is ranked number 3 in the country, undefeated. And maybe it's battered Aggie syndrome, maybe, but it feels like A&M isn't getting the talk like in Ohio State, like, yeah, they're in Indiana. It almost, especially from Aggie fans that you talk to, waiting for the shoe to drop and this unbelievable run to end. It's almost like they don't know, Aggie fans don't know how to enjoy this ride. What's it like with that football team?
Yeah, it's fascinating. Now, this is where I give Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama. You could throw Michigan in there if you want. Ton of credit. They have been through it, and they have been consistently good, and they've deserved it. Now go back to the Kevin Sumlin years. What were they? Top 4 in that one year. Man, I apologize if I don't have the history correct.
Yeah.
First college football poll comes out. I think they were 4 and proceeded to lose at Mississippi State and lose bad, right? So they never sniffed any of that again. November is the month that really I hate when the poll comes out as early as it does. It's too early. November is what really shakes the entire playoff field out. Rivalry games as well as the end of the season. How are you physically? Are you peaking? Stuff like that. But that's the thing. The Aggies have not been able to do it consistently. Now, they did the same thing last year. They were 7-1 after beating LSU and then fumbled it through November. Is that going to be part of the chip on the shoulder for this team and say, we're not going to like everybody said, I hated the feeling, all the players who came back. I didn't like the feeling after we lost to Texas. I wanted to come back and correct that. This now becomes the time of the year. Is this why you lifted even harder in the offseason? Is this why you did everything? You wanted to get back to this point, and that's what you're waiting for. In the past, let's be honest, A&M hasn't come through in these moments, and people are like, okay, is A&M just going to be A&M? That's what we have to find out, and is that what Mike Elko has changed here with this group? I'm not sure they've played their best football. I'm not, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but you can see signs of the improvement. You can see that Marcel's not the same quarterback as a year ago against LSU. He's dramatically different as a quarterback. And I think the line's better, and I think the receivers are better. And I know the hiccup against Arkansas, but I'll take this defensive line in a big game to win the line of scrimmage. But they have to prove it on these Saturdays now. You can say all you want. So Mike goes into this week and he says, we've got to go 1-0 on Saturday. Fans roll their eyes, right? But not coaches and not players, because that's all they can control. But no, you make a great point. But Ohio State's done it. They've come through. They've won a national championship. Indiana is kind of the darling, right? Okay, yep. I get that. Vanderbilt's in the top 10. I get it because we like those new faces. But Alabama is rolling once again. And Georgia, they know how to win. I think that's part of A&M. How do you learn how to win? Is it 3 one-score games and they're 3-0? Maybe. Not a great game, but they found a way to win against Arkansas. They found a way to beat Auburn. They found a way to beat Notre Dame earlier this season. And they haven't panicked when it's been a close game. Look, I would love to have this be a game where it doesn't come down. But in college football and on these Saturdays, it usually does come down to the 59th and the 60th minute for sure. Is this a different A&M team that is prepared for this moment? That's what we're going to find out.
Well, I get the feeling, Andrew, that it's going to be what you just said. It's going to come down to the end of this thing because, again, I think LSU is going to be desperate. They're going to play hard. But the Aggies, as you just mentioned perfectly, the one thing about this football team, the Aggie football team this year, is they have found that way to win. It's been that way all season long, no matter what kind of game it is, whether it's the Arkansas game and it's a shootout or the Auburn game and it's just ugly. The Aggies have found a way to get it done.
Yeah, there's something to that, Joe. There really is. There is something to that. And I know we always meet with Mike after Thursday's practice, and we can ask him anything. And it's really cool. And it's really the continuation from when Mike was here as the defensive coordinator. But it's similar to what I was asking him. I said, Mike, you appreciate that a Saturday where your team is not anywhere near its best figures out a way to win. But pollsters, they want the 77-0. They think that's more impressive. I said, is it more impressive for you to see that? Joe, he looked at me, he goes, I want the 77-0. But I know where you're coming from. You know what I mean? And I understand what he's saying. But you can't be perfect for 12 weeks. And guys, you both know this. You can't be perfect in the NFL every week. And I think we might have to start applying that to 18 to 22-year-olds in college. So what was it? A couple years ago, Georgia outlasted, before Eli Drinkwitz there, Missouri. And everybody was all over Georgia because they won like 25-21 and they needed a late touchdown. But I'm looking at that going, man, Georgia wasn't good that day, but they found a way to win. To me, that I think this team's doing it. Like last week, okay, defense, offense saying, we got you. They can't stop us. Like that confidence on offense was amazing. You know what I mean? And the defense, to me, is an aberration. But the offense said, hey, we've got you. Well, in the Auburn game, I think the defense had the same feeling. Look, Auburn's not scoring again, guys. We're good. We've got this. You just take care. Get a first down, get a couple first downs. You bleed that clock. I know we like to talk about complementary football being, the defense gets a stop and the offense scores, and the defense, that is complementary football. But sometimes you complement one another by saying, it's not your week. We got you this time. Let's move forward together. And I think that's what happened last week with the offense. Arkansas couldn't stop them. And Lord knows, Taylor Green, I'm glad he's out of eligibility, and I wish him a long NFL career because he's a nightmare. You know what I mean? But that should be an aberration, and that defense has to get back to what we're used to.
Well, and I tell you, I think that might have been the most impressive part is the Aggies proved what great teams have to prove. Any kind of game, they're figuring out a way to win, whether it's a high-scoring shootout like last week against Arkansas or that slugfest against Auburn. You win games like that shows that you're a great team. It's going to be a great game on Saturday night. Pre-game starts at 5:30, kickoff at 6:30 here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Just Pots. Andrew Monaco, voice of the Aggies. Go get some good food down there in Baton Rouge this weekend, man.
I promise you I will. It's going to be a little home-cooked gumbo tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Good stuff. Andrew, enjoy your Friday night. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
Love talking to Andrew Monaco, and it's good to see the Aggies, the only undefeated team left in the SEC. How will they fare tomorrow night in Baton Rouge? That's going to be a fun game to watch, no doubt about it. Harlan versus Taft. That's going to be a fun game to listen to right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix will have your call beginning at 6:30 tonight. Keep that in mind. About 30 minutes earlier start tonight. 6:30 is when the broadcast will begin. They'll kick things off at 7 o'clock. Bad news for the Houston Texans. And we'll talk a little Cowboys as well when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And you think about the football weekend, and you got NBA because the NBA season is back. Week 1 going through. Wemby against Zion tonight. You got Ant against Lucas. So many great games. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action where you can make your picks and win money right here in Texas. And playing on Underdog is easy. You go higher or lower on predicted stats like points. Wemby coming off a 40-point game. Right now, Underdog has him at 25.5. Would you go higher or lower? Always look at where his blocks are. Underdog is so much fun to play. Love it when your entry turns green and that money ends up in your account. You can play for as little as $1. Get all your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads are coming in hot. Close out your night with a win. These favorite flatbreads are available during late-night hours for a steal. Get to Twin Peaks and score one for just $9 from 10 to close, Sunday through Thursday.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Endurance has paid hundreds of millions in claims. Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-690-8974. That's 800-690-8974. 800-690-8974.
It's October, which means it's Oktoberfest time, and Carb Oktoberfest is one of the best out there. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. Get it now at all your stores and in select accounts around San Antonio. Carb Oktoberfest. Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
Guys, fall is here, and so are the all-new styles from Untuck It. We make the world's best untucked shirts, and this season's new arrivals are some of our best yet. From soft brush flannels to easy wrinkle-free cotton, every shirt is designed to keep you sharp and comfortable, whether you're layering up for work, weekends, or nights out. Special discounts for first-time customers, so shop now. Get the new arrivals today at untuckit.com and more than 80 stores. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn, untucked.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs will try and duplicate their big win in Game 1 in Dallas. They traveled to New Orleans tonight to battle the Pelicans. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Houston Texans wide receiver Nico Collins has been ruled out for the Texans for this Sunday's game against the San Francisco 49ers. Trayvon Diggs and Donovan Wilson both have been ruled out for the Dallas Cowboys as they go to Denver to take on the Broncos.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Friday, and it's after 5 o'clock. If you're getting off work, congratulations. The weekend is here for you. We're happy for you and happy that you're spending a little time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're live at Gus Stadium getting ready for Harlan to take on Taft. That is our game of the week. You can catch it right here with Jason Minix. 6:30 tonight is when the broadcast starts. They'll kick at 7 o'clock. I am Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
And on this Football Friday, if you're heading out to a stadium, you might want to think your hat choice because it's windy outside. Our great statistician, John Robbins, just showed up. He's like, dude, it's windy outside. And then, he's got he's dressed normal, but he's got a jacket too. Like all of a sudden, he hears cold fronts coming in and he thinks it might snow.
Well, he's prepared for whatever Mother Nature has for him.
He is a Boy Scout.
He is a Boy Scout.
He is always prepared.
And I'm curious about John Robbins. Well, how many favorite teams does he have?
78.
A bunch, right?
Not really.
No?
No.
I keep hearing with Georgia and the Atlanta Braves and the Texas Aggies and A&M Aggies, and there's quite a few.
He's a Command Skin fan.
Command Skin fan. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Those military upbringings.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. His dad was a badass, but made some poor choices in raising his kids while allowing them to choose the sports teams that they chose.
I get that. I bet he's a Prince fan, too.
I know he's a Prince fan.
Prince fan?
Yeah. I mean, Prince is like high on the playlist.
I would imagine he'd probably like to go see the Prince Experience at the Aztec Theater on January 25th.
I'm sure he would.
Well, he's not eligible.
Why is he not eligible?
Well, I guess he could call in if he wanted to. He's working tonight for San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, but he doesn't go on the clock till 6:30.
No, he's on the clock right now. As soon as he walks through that door, he's on the clock.
You haven't seen his paycheck. I mean, he works for free tickets.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of free tickets, we have a pair that we're going to be giving you to the Prince Experience January 25th at the Aztec Theater. If you don't win the tickets here, you can always get them at livenation.com. What are you thinking, Minix? What caller?
12.
Caller number 12 at 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck to you.
The Texans are going to need that good luck on Sunday. Nico Collins and Christian Kirk officially ruled out.
Yeah, that's not good for that. I don't know who they're going to throw to. They got a bunch of no-names there.
Maybe the no-names could catch. I mean, Nico had a huge drop the other night.
He sure did, and probably cost some maybe a touchdown. The guy had a lot of room to
let's
run.
Let's be honest, man. He's on your fantasy team. That's the only reason why you care, and you're mad that he had that drop and could have been a touchdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All of those things. Yes. It certainly would have been a big gainer, that's for sure. But, again, San Francisco comes in banged up. Brock Purdy's been ruled out for them again, so Mac Jones will get the start for the 49ers against the Texans on Sunday. They do have Christian McCaffrey, but little else. Jawan Jennings is their main wide receiver. So
yeah, because Ricky Pearsall is also out.
Yep.
Spencer Burford is listed as questionable, and I imagine San Antonio area kid getting the play in Texas. I hope he's able to go because I know it's always special for those guys to be able to play in their home state, and probably all the family and a bunch of friends heading down to Houston, and they don't want to see him in street clothes. They've had planned on this for a while, so
absolutely.
Hopefully he's able to play. As far as the Cowboys, better news, although the Trayvon Diggs situation is interesting, and then it seems to get more interesting every time you talk about him because it's concussion from whatever happened at home. Schottenheimer said today, I am not going to tell you anything. When he talks to you guys, if he chooses to tell you what happened, he'll let you know. Oh, what the hell answer is that? I mean, that just leads to more I slipped in the shower kind of speculation.
Or something stupid.
Well, I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Granted, it is whatever it is, we're going to go, that's dumb.
That was dumb.
That's dumb.
It has to be something stupid or he was horsing around or whatever. Because remember, Jerry made that comment early on that he didn't believe the explanation that Trayvon gave. And but then he didn't talk about it anymore. So it's going to be something stupid. But either way, the guy's out again. This will be a second straight game to miss because of that concussion, however it was caused. And Donovan Wilson out as well. So a couple of main cogs in that defensive backfield.
And again, you look at this overall game. We know the Dallas offense and what it could do.
Mm-hmm.
Then you come back to the defense. Can the defense get enough stops? And we know the defense needs some help. So much talk this week about, will the Cowboys make a move at the trade deadline or before the trade deadline to help the team? And interesting what Jerry said today, because like Shereen Williams tweeted out, they need help at linebacker. Well, that comes out, her tweet comes out hours after linebacker in Cincinnati has requested a trade.
Yeah.
If Cowboys do anything, it's going to be a trade. Jerry said, it won't be an edge rusher. That's what he told Diana Rossini. So Jerry goes on 105.3 The Fan today, and they ask him, is there a specific position that you're looking at? And Jerry actually refused to answer something. And what
see that? He was quiet.
I mean,
the whole time. He refused.
Completely mum.
Yes.
I'll assume Pledge is talking to the winner of those Prince tickets.
Could be. I'm sure that's the case.
Although I'm waiting for him just to hit the button at any point so we can hear Jerry. And it's still at 5.
Well, I would add a player on that premise. In other words, I do think this team has a chance to be in competition. And so under that criteria, and that's a good one, and that's all the reason in the world to have your alert sign up. So in that case, I do have my eyes open and interest level up.
I think if there's a deal out there that Jerry thinks is a good deal, he'll do it. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again today. If I had to bet, the Cowboys are doing nothing before the trade deadline. They're not going to bring anybody in. It's just not their style. And I think Jerry thinks, because of what happened last week against Washington, that this defense is coming around and they're just fine.
I'm going to challenge you on it's not their style and say BS. Seriously, 2018, they make a move for Amari Cooper.
Okay, wow, that was, 7 years ago.
But still, though, they made a move with a team when they had a good defense and the offense was struggling. They went in that year thinking we could do wide receiver by committee and realized, you know what, we can't. And we actually have a good defense. Made a move, got Amari Cooper, and they reeled off a ton of wins and
lost in the playoffs.
They always lose in the playoffs. I mean, but they got to the playoffs because they knew they had an issue. And they went out and fixed it. And they've made some other little moves. They know this defense isn't good enough right now.
I'm not sure Jerry does know that. I don't think he does, because DeMarvion Overshown is coming back. Yep. He's our savior. He's coming back. We're going to get Siobhan Revelle. He's coming back to help that secondary. And again, I will say it's not their style. It's been 7 years, Jason.
Well,
and I mean, this team hasn't exactly been spectacular over those 7-year periods. So yes, they've done it once.
Well, they've done
maybe
it more
twice,
than once.
But it's certainly not their style.
I mean, but if there is a move that can be made, is it going to be a splash move like a Max Crosby?
No.
But go get a linebacker that can upgrade a piss poor linebacker situation. And this Diggs, maybe it's somebody in the secondary. I mean, they're talking about Diggs might go on IR, and it's not just because of the concussion. It could be because his knee. What
a worthless dude.
Well, and again,
it's just worthless.
It just feels like there's so much more to this story. And the Cowboys, who are about as leaky as a team can be when it comes to sources, and some of that's Jerry, are staying mum on this. So you really do wonder. And again, say leaky. I mean, Jerry doesn't mind talking to the media. He even says, I mean, I'm going to have to pick up the phone and call the team to say I need a corner or a linebacker, because all I got to do is sort of half-ass mention it on the radio.
Yes. I can do that real quick. Yes. But really, I'm calling. I use you to call. And you say, how's that? I use media to express an interest all the time. And so, and that's not uncommon and very effective, because don't think I don't listen to that radio, and don't think I don't look at that newspaper. And so if somebody's talking it up, we're talking to each other. You know, the old adage, you can sit driving along and not saying one word, but look over and there's a little frown. You're talking to me, baby, and I hear you loud and clear. Not a word being said.
Is that Candy Lee?
It might be.
Candy Lee.
It might be.
I know you're talking to me, baby.
Not saying a word. Uh-huh. All right, it seems my buddy Brian Carson just texted me and said, I think I hear a beer bet.
A beer bet.
Do the Cowboys make a trade?
I'm in.
You're in for a beer bet.
Sure.
It's been a while.
No, it has been a while.
So
but
the Cowboys make a trade before the deadline.
That's what you say.
I think they make a move.
I say they don't do
There's
anything.
a beer bet.
There it is.
There's a beer bet.
So November 4th.
Yep.
That's going to be a nice birthday present from you, Minix.
When's your birthday?
November 4th.
Is it really?
Sure is. A lot of things happen in that
trade
day.
deadline.
Trade deadline, election
day.
My birthday. Dude, it's fantastic.
Ryan Eagle all of a sudden is now this sorority girl. Like,
That's right.
You got to celebrate my
I'm
birthday
just
for
thinking,
a month.
I'm going to get a nice 12-pack of Flight by Yingling on my birthday. It's going to be fantastic.
Why do I think that you're buying me beer on your birthday?
Well, if that happens, it happens. I think I'm in a pretty good spot with this Dallas Cowboys team, even though, according to some, it is their style. I think I'm in a pretty good spot.
I think you might have to buy that beer before your birthday.
Be happy to do that. If I lose, it will be all yours.
I know it. All right, Pledge. Remember this. We got an official beer bet.
Yep. You'll get it in
Pledge,
6 months.
We don't need you chiming in on our YouTube page, buddy. All right, that's stay. You can talk on a microphone. 6 months. Are you kidding me?
No, Ryan goes. I mean. Look, steaks are one thing.
Steaks.
Beer, he's paid off pretty damn quick every time.
All right. There it is. It's a beer bet. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys do absolutely nothing. What do the Spurs do tonight? Do they follow up that fantastic performance in Dallas on Wednesday with another one tonight in New Orleans? Well, let's talk about it and predict, and maybe there'll be another beer bet. Who knows? This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to talk to you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love Stevens Roofing. You know this if you listen to this program any at all. Family-owned company, local company, and they're the absolute best in the business. Let me tell you something. They've been in business since 1983. Think about that for a minute. 1983. Stevens Roofing has been in business that long. You don't stay in business that long if you're not doing it right. That should tell you everything you need to know about the reputation of Stevens Roofing. And now they offer solar. You've been thinking about putting solar panels on your house. Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company to call. 210-785-0994. You know, the weather's about to change. A little cold front coming in here tonight. Some rain, some thunderstorms, all of that kind of stuff. If you think you have some problems with your roof or you see a problem after that rain goes through, call Stevens Roofing and Solar. 210-785-0994. Have them come out. They'll check your roof. They'll do it for free. They'll let you know where that problem spot is, and they'll tell you how they can fix it. It is just that simple. And once they do, you're going to know that it was done absolutely right. Stevens Roofing and Solar. Give them a call, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This week at Macy's, it's the best time to save on fall styles at our biggest fall sale. Find the classic brown boots and preppy Mary Jeans that everyone's wearing, plus woven tops and more light layers. Even better, it's our lowest prices of the season on diamond jewelry, now 50 to 75% off, over half off. Don't miss your chance to save big on the looks you need now at Macy's biggest fall sale today. Savings off select styles, exclusions apply.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and top users make $200 to $300 per month.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code STEER25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code STEER25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code STEER25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's, with 8 convenient locations. Orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
At Ulta Beauty, the season of giving and treating yourself starts now. Get in the gifting spirit with limited edition kits from Sol de Janeiro, Tarte, and Moroccan Oil. Make every morning festive with advent calendars from Benefit Cosmetics and Drybar. These holiday exclusives won't last long. Make the season yours and head to Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I want to show off the prep that I did for this interview. So if you've got your pen ready, write this down.
Got it. I'm ready.
Bo Nix this season, 4.9 yards per drop back against zone coverage, 6.2 yards per drop back against man coverage. So just throwing that out there.
All right, well, I got to go change the game plan, guys. All that man-to-man you guys want to see. Let me go get Flus.
Now you tell him, hey, man, back to the drawing board, buddy. Your old stuff is going to work here.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Football Friday. That's what we call it here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy you're spending a little time on your Friday afternoon with us here on the Blitz. We're live at Gus Stadium, where Harlan is going to take on Taft tonight. It's our game of the week, and Jason Minix will have the call for you right here at 6:30 tonight. That's when the pregame show kicks off, and the game will kick off at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, kickoff is 30 minutes earlier. If you're heading to Gus or if you're heading out to Ferris, Northside ISD moved up kickoff 30 minutes at both of those stadiums. I don't know about some of the other schools. They did it because of the weather that's supposed to be coming in tonight. So if you're heading out, it looks like the rain will happen after the games. Let's hope. But it is windy outside.
Looks a lot better now than it did, say, 2 hours ago, right? I mean, it was a lot more cloudy 2 hours ago.
You open the blind a little bit more, too.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can actually see out the window. You're not looking through the blind.
The blind is open.
Yeah. I mean, that does help. Yeah, I'm still looking through the blind, so I don't know.
I kind of like looking down on the football field there. It's nice. You got some freshmen out there. Dude, that guy's got – see him kick that ball?
Yeah, it's happening right in front of me.
Holy cow.
He just punted it from the 40 to the back of the end zone.
Little dude's got a leg on him.
Uh-huh.
Not but right there. That one wasn't so good. Spurs have a game tonight. They're in New Orleans to take on Zion Williamson and the Pelicans. Great game for Wemby, obviously. We talked about it against the Dallas Mavericks. He came out of man-possessed and just lit the place on fire, had the Mavericks crowd chanting MVP by the time that thing was going.
I mean, I think those were Spurs fans that made the trip to Dallas.
I'm going to say they're Maverick fans.
You think in one game he converted all those people that said fire Nico into Spurs fans?
Fire Nico and Cooper Flag sucks. We need to regroup.
Did you see that one photo? And I'm not sure which play it was because it's social media, but apparently Mark Cuban was sitting there with his mouth agape, just amazed at what he was watching.
Dude, we all were.
I know, but we're not all Mark Cuban.
Well, that's true. We were all watching that. I was watching that game just in awe of what he was doing. And it's going to be hard to duplicate that performance, obviously. I mean, it was just a spectacular performance. But if Victor Wembanyama is going to play that way, and he does that consistently, this is going to be a difficult team to beat.
Absolutely. Now, again, no De'Aaron Fox, no Jeremy Sohan, no Kelly Olynyk. And for New Orleans, obviously no DeJounte Murray or Kevon Looney. I really wish we were seeing a little bit of DeJounte just to see his career get back on track. And I'm curious, and obviously I've got high school football tonight, so it's all about the highlights. But the slim down Ozempic version of Zion, and what does that actually do for his game, and how good does Zion look is one of the curiosity factors if I'm looking at the Pelicans.
Yeah, I think that'll be important to see. And look, I think it's got to help him that he's lost the weight. That's going to just be better for him physically, his knees, everything. So I expect Zion. He's a talented dude. He's just hadn't been able to get over that eating thing, and it's just too much weight, and then that causes injuries. And I say that in a joking way, but halfway serious. It's true, and that's what's caused some of his problems. Without that, I think we'll finally see what we've always wanted to see from that guy.
It almost feels like, and again, it's early, but the light bulb went off for him, and the realization that his at once promising, incredible NBA career might end.
Yeah.
And it's a maturity level. It's a new dedication, a mindset, whatever it is. But it will be interesting to see what he's able to do. It's almost like Luka, this offseason. And, after, being told he was too fat to stay in Dallas and he gets traded, and in different mindset, for different players at different times, that light bulb goes off. Can he actually has he learned how to be a pro? And at least this this offseason coming into the season. He spent his offseason being a pro.
He certainly did, and it's going to be a good game tonight, I think. The Spurs are a slight favorite. 3.5 is what I saw early on. Don't know if that's changed or not because, well, I'm not gambling on the NBA right now. But it should be interesting to see what takes place tonight. I just want the Spurs to be able to follow that up. And along with Wemby, he's going to be good, and he will put up the numbers and the gaudy numbers that make us say wow. But the development of a Dylan Harper and also Steph Castle and how they go, and how does Devin Vassell fit in as we move forward, and a lot of things to look at on this team. And I think they've really got the makeup of a roster that can be a pain in the butt in the Western Conference. And I say that because there's a lot of good teams in the Western Conference, but the Spurs have the ability and the opportunity now to really, show folks the way and show what they can do.
Yeah, I get, it's, I'm with you. As excited as I was with what I saw on Wednesday night, and not just Wemby, because, he just wowed everything. But the way Steph Castle played, the way Devin Vassell played, just the team defense, the embrace the boring, what was it in the midcourt? The
dismantle in the half
court. How do they follow that up? And if they lay an egg tonight, was Wednesday a mirage? If they play close to what they did on Wednesday, then you're really like, all right, we've got something. This is going to be incredible,
dude. I honestly believe it's going to be very difficult for Wemby, I think, to live up to what he did in Game 1.
Well, sure.
Again, when you're judging Victor Wembanyama's game, what is good? 25, 15, and 5, 30, 15, and 5. I don't know where we're going to judge this young man, but I think he's going to put up those kinds of numbers, I think, game in and game out. The 40-point nights are going to come, but consistently, I just don't see that. But again, I don't think they're going to need him to necessarily. He's going to lead the way, and he's going to be the focal point. But I think you've got some scores in Castle. I think you've got some scores. If Dylan Harper improves, what I saw from him the other night in his limited minutes, he didn't play a lot. I think he played 16 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. It wasn't a whole heck of a lot. And I think Mitch Johnson will continue to ease him in like that. But he's got some moves and some athletic ability that's impressive.
The reality, just on paper, and it's been a long time since we've been able to say this, Spurs should win this game.
They should.
They should win this game.
Yeah.
And then their home opener is Sunday, a 1:00 game on Sunday. And then they play again on Monday night, back-to-back. As we sit here on Friday night at 5:32, Spurs should open the season 4-0.
Sure. Well, Brooklyn, I don't know what kind of team Brooklyn's going to have. They weren't very good last year.
Yeah.
And then what is it, Toronto on Monday, I believe. Not sure exactly what they're going to have. So, yeah, it's conceivable, certainly, that they could be 4-0 to start things off.
And then you look ahead and you go 7-0. But again, I need to see what they do tonight to validate what we saw on Wednesday is more real than mirage.
Absolutely, and that's going to be interesting to see tonight for sure. And over the next 3 games, a nice 3-game homestand coming up for actually more than that, a 4-game homestand coming up for the Spurs, right? They've got Sunday, Monday, 3-game. My bad.
Yep.
Math is hard, dude. It really is hard. It's unbelievable.
That's why we're in radio.
Unreal. Exactly right. Hey, we're live right here at Gus Stadium tonight. The Taft Raiders putting up their banner across the field there on the other side. They're the visitors tonight. The Harlan Hawks are the home team.
They've already put up their banner
here at Gus Stadium. I can't see it though. It's just a banner, and I can see that Taft Raiders.
You ever wonder why they
really
do
nice.
that? So the visitors know that that's Taft, and if you're on that side, you know that you're looking at Harlan. You do that to where the people in the crowd can't see the banner for your people. They don't get to see your fancy banner.
I guess. So what they're supposed to turn it around?
Oh, I put it up at the top. Put it on the fence at the top.
Well, I
mean, you spend all that money on the banner,
around.
And, then there's going to be all kinds of people there. You won't even notice it's there while the game's going on.
Well, they like putting it there, man. Look at them, how excited they are to put up that banner.
I mean, it's fancy.
I mean, look at it. They're all gathered around over there. If you're watching on YouTube.
How many people does it take to hang a banner?
Well, there's about 20 over there, it looks like. A mixture of trainers and cheerleaders and JV football players, I think, over there. So there's quite a few, but it should be a good one. That's for sure. Here tonight, Taft taking on Harlan. Prime picks are coming up, but before we do that, Jason, just because we're feeling generous tonight, we've got to give away some tickets. How about the Led Zeppelin Experience, or the Led Zeppelin 2 live? That's what it is. January 24th at the Aztec Theater. If you don't win tickets tonight, you can buy them at livenation.com. Led Zeppelin 2 live, January 24th at the Aztec Theater. For caller number
19
210 656-3776 656-ESPN. Good luck to caller number 17. 19. I'm confused.
You are.
Good luck to you. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down.
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in San Antonio. 7 domestic violence calls happen every hour. The time to end domestic violence in our community is now. Step out of violence. You are not alone. Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
And attention, Dallas Cowboy fans, Twin Peaks is giving away epic Cowboys jerseys all season long just for catching a game at one of the 4 San Antonio area locations. Get to Twin Peaks for every Cowboys game for your chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for more details.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999 plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30. The Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at Gus Stadium, getting ready for some high school football. Our Friday night football game of the week. Harlan taking on Taft. The broadcast begins at 6:30 right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix will have the call. They'll kick off at 7 o'clock. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
I'm ready to go.
Ready to go, huh?
So, there's people out there that have just dumb money.
Apparently so.
Some dude bought an Eddie Van Halen guitar today at an auction.
Yeah. $2.73 million. How it looks like it's signed, and I can't really tell, but it looks like there's some writing on there somewhere along the way. But yeah, it is signed, or all kinds of stuff. It's just thanks somebody, Eddie Van Halen.
Well,
thanks Rudy or Rude. I don't know. I don't think it was intended for the dude that ponied up $2.73 million, but it was somebody. Whoever Rude is says, "Well, I'm going to sell this baby. I'll be set for life."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, $2 million to add to your collection.
Almost $3 million. Crazy.
Now, granted, I mean, you're an Eddie Van Halen fan,
best guitar player in the ever lived.
I mean, it's pretty impressive.
You don't agree with that?
No, I mean, I'm jealous. I wish I had $2 million.
Would you spend it on a guitar from Eddie Van Halen?
No.
I don't think I would either. But
if I had that kind of money, I mean, what would I like if I got a Dave Grohl guitar or a James Hetfield guitar? I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are you going to spend tomorrow night buying something at the auction with Paul McCartney?
I'm not going to Paul McCartney.
I know, it's a joke. but I mean, there's got to be somebody, if you can get a Conway Twitty guitar.
No.
You think about your banjo playing days. I mean, you'd spend some money
George
on
Strait. Maybe I'd spend a little money on a George Strait guitar. Sure, why not?
Uh-huh.
Or Eddie Van Halen. I would love to have an Eddie Van Halen. Dude, I think he's the best guitar player ever made.
I mean, you just look at that and you're like, yeah,
obviously this guy's got a lot of money.
Yeah,
and $2.73 million. It's not going to,
Do you think he has to ask the wife permission before he buys that?
It's kind of like Jerry buying his yacht. Probably, he buys it and then asks for forgiveness.
I mean, because that's the one thing that Jerry did tell us one time when he was on the Blitz with us when we were in Oxnard. I asked him, "Do you have to wait?" He was like, "No, but there's times I get in trouble."
Absolutely.
I was like, "When do you get in trouble?" He said, "That yacht." You've read about that yacht.
Exactly right.
And the look that he gave and then the story he told after we got off the air was classic.
Yes.
Because even Jerry today talking about gambling. You think about Jerry and everything that he does. The one thing he doesn't do is gamble. You know why? Ain't enough money in it for him.
Well, believe it or not, I don't gamble. And
I gamble relative to what I do. It's a big enough gamble to make a decision on a player relative to is it going to work or not. It's a big enough gamble to drill a well, because those often come back with negative results. So I gamble in everyday life. Consequently, I don't think you could put enough out there for a gaming bet or a historically type of bet of cards that would get my juice going.
You know, that's rich people problems right there. That's not enough money that would get my juices going that I could gamble on. But, you know, a well or that's incredible. And he's right, which is makes the NBA thing baffling in a way. Because of the amounts of money that these guys make and the amounts of money they were gambling. So it's just baffling, the whole thing. But I think Jerry's got the right idea and the right attitude when it comes to that. It's interesting.
Extremely.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it and you're like, a card game, there's just not enough there to get them excited.
No.
I mean, could you imagine? Think about when we went to Jerry's Super Bowl party at Resorts World on the 65th floor or whatever.
We were way the hell up there.
And you know, we're going into this bar at the top of Resorts World. And I say bar, it's a fancy ass spot that you don't know exists in the hotel. And in fact, when we were trying to find the elevator to get up there, I think we asked two different employees, and they had no idea. It was the third. It was like, yeah, and then there's just like a random elevator that you walk by. Everybody
and that's
walks
all
by,
it goes to.
and it's got one stop.
That's it.
And it gets there like that. And we get there, and you go, there's a restaurant over here, there's a casino over here. We went to the casino over there and realized the minimums everywhere in there were
way out of our league.
Way out of our league. And even in a place like that, Jerry could have a stack there. And
is that enough?
Not enough to
Guy's
get
a billionaire. I mean, you know, how much that's just crazy.
I mean, he probably walks in 500 minimum. That's it.
Yeah. Oh,
you know, what were they? There was one 500 minimum.
It was 500 minimum, and then most of them were 1,000 and higher.
And one was like 5,000 minimum. I mean, like
it was crazy.
And all those people are sitting in that casino. Nobody's in there. No. But they're all standing at their table, you know, like, wait, it's like, what the hell's going on here?
That was a great bar, just like the one at Circa up on their top floor. It's a great bar.
But like the one at Circa, they tell people, hey, you got go check it out. Like that place, you know, you've got to have the secret handshake to be able to know that it's there. Right?
That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
All right. Well, we do like to gamble, and we do like to make picks and embarrass ourselves like we do every Friday with Prime Picks.
Prime Picks on the Blitz.
All right. Coming off a week in which Ryan Nagel bragging all week, he went 5-5.
5-5, 500.
Both Pledge and I went 7-3 on the year. Ryan Nagel still has the lead overall, 50-30. I'm at 47-33. Pledge is at 45-35. So as we head into, what is this, week 8, let's start with some college football. Ole Miss and Oklahoma. At Oklahoma, Sooners are favored over Lane Kiffin's squad.
Boy, I have to believe that Ole Miss is the better team here. I just do. And I think eventually Lane Kiffin is going to trip into a win that in a game that he needs to win, and I think this is certainly one. I'm going to go with Ole Miss, although I don't feel real good about it. I'll be honest with you.
I took Ole Miss last week, and for 3 quarters I was looking like a genius, and then the 4th quarter, Lane Kiffin pulled out his best James Franklin, and I don't know. I'm with you. I like Ole Miss. There's just something about that Ole Miss team that I really like. Even though they let me down a week ago, I'm staying with them.
Yeah, they're good, and John Mateer hadn't looked right since he got back.
Good enough. Missouri ranked. Vanderbilt ranked. When was the last time Vandy and Mizzou was a hell of a game? It is, but I'm buying in on Vandy.
Vandy, not only are they ranked, they're in the top 10. I mean, when's the last time that happened?
1948.
Look, I would, I think it's going to be a good football game. I'm just a Vandy fan. I want to see them do well. And so this is more of a heart thing than anything. But I do think they'll win this game against Missouri. But I think it's going to be a good game. I'm taking Vandy.
They got better quarterback play.
Diego Pavia, baby.
Yep.
Plus, not only that, for selfish
Did
reasons.
you just say Diego Pavia's mom?
No.
Yeah, you
I
did.
said Diego Pavia plus not only that.
I know you were talking. You're picking Vandy because of his mom.
No,
why not? It's a good reason. Pledge.
Selfish reasons. I need Vandy to be ranked high, so when Texas plays them, it's just better for them.
I got you.
All right,
Is Texas going to win this week at Mississippi State? I say they do.
Look, you have to, right? Look, Mississippi State's been playing everybody pretty tough. But Texas, you got to figure at some point in time they're going to play good football offensively. Maybe this is the week.
The tap injury worries me, but I'm taking Texas.
Dude, how can you be 100% confident in Texas with the way they've played?
You
can't.
You can't. Are you 100% confident with A&M, number 3 in the nation? A night game at Death Valley against LSU.
I'm not. And I'll tell you why. The Aggies have been playing great football. They've been finding ways to win. Nobody's going undefeated in the SEC. And I think this is the stumbling block for Texas A&M. I think LSU's a desperate football team, and they're going to find a way to win this game.
I think the seat's already hot. I like where LSU could exploit A&M. I think A&M's better. I think A&M could take advantage of the weaknesses of LSU. I think A&M gets the surprising night win in Baton Rouge.
Same.
In the NFL.
Great analysis there, Play.
Giants and Eagles.
Arizona State, too.
Oh, I forgot Arizona State?
Yeah, we're all picking Arizona State.
Arizona State and Houston. All of us are taking Arizona State.
If that game was in Houston, I think I would lean toward Houston there. But I think the fact that it's Arizona State's at home, I'm going to go with them.
I just lean Levitt.
Giants and the Eagles. No A.J. Brown.
No, he's
out. He's out. A lot of those Giants players are a little lighter in the wallet this week, and the head coach fined $200,000 for
Scatterboot fined too.
Yeah, well, they all peaked in the concussion tent. And they got a peekaboo fine.
So get your butt out there.
I mean, they're in New York. In the old days, they were like on 42nd Street. Hey, what's going on in here? It cost them. I like the Eagles. They looked like a real team last week.
Well, I think they found their way back. I really do. I think they stumbled a little bit, but they found out they're a pretty good team. And look, the Giants are coming up. I believe that. I think they're going to be okay moving forward, but not Sunday.
It's
Eagles
just
get the win.
So hard to pick the Giants to beat the Eagles twice in 1 year.
Yeah,
that's why I'm taking the Eagles.
The Bears, they've been on a roll. The Ravens have not, but they apparently are going to have Lamar Jackson back. And a week without the ping pong tables and the basketball hoops in the locker room, they're a pissed off, desperate team. I think Baltimore gets the win.
Well, I think obviously having Lamar back is key to this thing, but I'm not sold on the Bears. I'm really not sold on the Bears. I know their record looks good, but I can't buy in on them. And I think the Ravens have to win this game, and they will.
Go ahead, Pledge.
Oh, Lamar Jackson's back. I'm taking Baltimore to get the win.
Packers and Steelers. Aaron Rodgers revenge game. Ugly uniform matchup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Green Bay's offense bothers me. Pittsburgh's defense should be better. Are they finally going to show up? But this is one Aaron Rodgers wants. Aaron Rodgers is going to win.
My love for Aaron Rodgers.
The man crush is real.
I mean, it's
you would hump his leg if he walked in this room.
Posters of Aaron Rodgers in my bedroom.
They all say bum.
You got posters of Aaron Rodgers' bum?
No, I don't.
That's weird.
No, that is weird. Look, this is my lock of the week.
Your lock of the week.
Steelers win this game outright. They win this game outright. I'm not sold on the Packers. Their defense is great. Their offense is sputtered. I like the Steelers here. They're at home, and I honestly believe that they get this win.
Lock of the week, I have to go the other way. I'm taking Green Bay because I think Matthew Golden's getting more and more involved in the offense each week, and I think they're going to put it together.
I wish I'd have known that was your lock of the week before I put that in there. The Houston Texans taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Boy, interesting game, but I don't know who C.J. Stroud's going to throw to, and even if he doesn't, even if he has to throw to, he's not going to have time to throw to him. I mean, that offensive line is just god awful. They're awful, and while the defense is solid, I just don't trust the Texans' offense at all. I'm not so sure I trust the 49ers offense that much, but I'm going to take San Fran to get the win.
Pledge?
I trust Kyle Shanahan to be able to find a way to get Christian McCaffrey on Jalen Petrie in coverage, and that's going to be the difference. I'm taking San Francisco until Houston proves that they can beat a good team. They have lost to every good team they've played.
They have, and I think they actually get that win this week because it is Mac Jones, not Brock Purdy, because of everything that CJ's been going through. As piss poor as they played against Seattle, that was a one-score game.
Seattle turned the ball over 4 times.
Well, because that defense created turnovers. Playing at home, DeMeco Ryans knows how to game plan against Kyle Shanahan. He knows. I like Houston this week at home.
I love the uniforms they're going to wear this week.
Who gives a damn? Cowboys and Broncos.
Brought up the hideous uniforms in the Steeler game.
Oh, they're awful, dude.
Well, That's worth talking about.
Look, I think the Cowboys have a shot. I really do think they have a shot. And if this game was at Jerry World, I'd probably pick the Cowboys. But the fact that it's at Mile High, or whatever they're calling that stadium these days.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Denver Broncos. I think Sean Payton's the difference here. Better coaching matchup. Even though Shoddy, I respect what he's done, Sean Payton's the better coach.
Well, and I just look at Sean Payton scheming against that Dallas defense. And by all accounts, Schottenheimer didn't spend the week in the defensive meeting rooms. They're coming off a great game against the Commandskins, who didn't have any real wide receivers. And look, you made Washington look bad. Can they do it 2 in a row? They haven't won in Denver since I was in high school. Give me the Broncos.
That was a long time ago.
I'm taking the Cowboys. That offense, I think, will put up enough points. Give me Brandon Aubrey with a 74-yard walk-off field goal.
I like it.
That would be fun to see, I'll be honest
Prime with you. Picks, especially locks of the week, for your entertainment purposes only.
unless you want to. That's quite all right. All right, I know Jason's got a very short break to get his Frito pie, so we're going to get the heck out of here.
It's a Frito pie bye week.
Oh, it's a bye week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, he'll get something. We got it for you. The game, Harlan-Taft, 6:30 tonight, right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Don't forget to join the fellows Monday morning, AJ and Rob on the Morning Huddle. And Jason and I will be live at the Rue Pub Monday afternoon, beginning at 2. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas, injury lawyer.